Welcome back to the Sayin Society. You have myself, Jachik, Justman, and Jagad. This is our weekly anime and manga discussion, episode 58. So we're going to talk about One Piece. It came out last week. We didn't talk about it. One Piece, Attack on Titan, Vinland Saga, Jujutsu Kaisen anime, and then Jujutsu Kaisen manga.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with One Piece, chapter 1098, 1097, 1098. All right, so...
Yo, we have 2 more chapters until 1100.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I feel like we're coming out of this
Flashback. Like next chapter. And then
much,
1100 might be like return to like Saturn and Luffy guys.
Yep.
Yeah. It's got to be some like crazy like revelation type of shit, I feel like. Even for like 1111.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like
milestone
1111.
shit,
Yeah. Anyways,
let's get into the chapter.
how does it start?
How does it start?
So, you guys are hilarious. All right, so chapter came out last week, so it's kind of foggy in our memories. But you know, Mans has his phone, so he can pull it up. Anyways,
the chapter before was, at the end, Ginny got caught or something.
She got caught, and then Dragon, informed everybody she got caught by. And then he didn't say by who, but then this chapter it started off letting us know that it was a Celestial that wanted to make her his bride or whatever.
Yeah.
And we see a shot of the Revolutionary flag. I think might have been for like the first time or the only couple times we've seen it. Maybe in the last chapter we might have seen it, but we don't really see their flag, I don't think.
I feel like we have seen their flag.
I before last chapter, I couldn't recall.
Not that I could,
that
I can't
specific flag.
Okay.
Maybe we'd seen a different one, but that specific one, I don't think. Like that one, I think that was a freedom fighter flag.
Yeah.
And then the Revolution Army one is different because it's the flag with the RA on it, right?
Yeah, it says RA and it shows like a dragon on there.
Yeah. So like,
right? So like,
but the previous chapter, it was like a sword going through like almost like the red line type thing.
It's gone through some changes.
Yeah. So like one was when they're freedom fighters, and then after was when they like officially became the Revolutionary Army.
It says RA though, so that says Revolutionary Army.
That one does, but the other one didn't.
Oh, the one before.
Yeah, the one before. That's what I'm talking about.
That's because there's a big time skip, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah, we see this one, but there's another one. There's another one that I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's the same one.
So, basically, they just leave Ginny. They don't do shit.
Yeah,
they don't go save her. They don't do anything. They go on and just do their thing for fucking 10 years or however the fuck long it is.
No, it's 2 years later.
Okay, whatever.
It's 2 years later.
Well, I mean, whatever. It was still 2 years.
But like Dragon doesn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And everyone's kind of like, yo, why did who the fuck is Dragon?
I've seen both sides. I mean, here's the thing, right? We as viewers are gonna be biased.
But right.
Okay.
Because we've gone through this journey with Luffy, and Luffy would never do that. Like we're like on that same wavelength. We're like, yo, if that was Luffy, he would go through like the pits of hell.
We know Dragon
for his teammates, right?
We know Dragon's not like him.
No, I know, but I'm saying because we've gone through that, we have a bias, as in like he should have done that. Whereas he's more goal focused. He's like yo, like it's okay.
But I feel like
for us to not save her as long as because she sacrificed herself for us to fulfill our goal.
Yeah.
So we should pursue the goal.
So when you're saying you mean the community is biased,
like the One Piece community.
I said viewers.
No, because I that's not the way I was thinking. When you were saying
I meant
we,
viewers
like,
in general.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Because we've known like the fact.
I didn't mean like specifically us.
Yeah.
I meant the One Piece
because the way
community.
Dragon left Luffy, it's kind of like that he's very goal focused.
Yeah.
And like again, like we talked about it, why he didn't go and save Kuma when he sent Sabo in. Yeah. And I was making that argument that Dragon's goal focused, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like same thing, like he's not gonna put himself in jeopardy over like one person or something.
Yeah, but then the side that I can see kind of where like people are coming from is like at one point they were freedom fighters.
Yeah.
So they would have fought for one another's freedom, and in a similar sense, like that sort of mentality should have translated into his revolutionary army.
100%.
I think
especially since it's pretty like I don't know if we want to say early days of Revolutionary Army, but like you could say early days of the Revolutionary Army, what's a transition between the dragon that was in the Freedom Fighters versus Army?
Well, I think when he was a freedom fighter, like that switch up to revolutionary was basically his mindset was the biggest change. Is because when they were just freedom fighters, that conversation that he had with Vegapunk, they weren't really getting much done when they were just freedom fighters. When they like made that change to be a revolutionary, I feel like Dragon took it upon himself to like, you know, he'll get like he won't have any like I guess happiness in life and just kind of focus on like freeing the world regardless of what happens, and like just really take emotions out of it. Because you could say like everyone else that we've seen in One Piece is like their emotions or like personality comes out in like whatever they're doing. So having Dragon as that one character that doesn't have any of that. Yeah, and he's really just focused on the goal.
So like my point is like how quickly does that change up happen in someone? To like
it's not that quick though, because when he met with Vegapunk, that would have been at least like 7 or 8 years before the story. Before, like, you know, like it.
I mean like the transition between what like their organization, if you want to call it, was a freedom fighter to now it's a revolutionary army. Like how quickly does his mindset change to, you know, give up his freedom fighter
I think
aspirations and now make it into a revolutionary army aspiration?
I think it really just takes like one incident. Like if he realizes that like, you know, yeah, they're fighting for freedom here and there, but the government's still the government and it's still like has like it's still commanding and stuff, and like they're not really freeing anything. And that's when like Dragon realized that, okay, we gotta slowly start these like revolutions from each country, do it bit by bit, and then when the small sparks are right. Yeah. And then afterwards it'll come together at once when it's too much for like, and it'll actually topple the government, right? Because if you just do if you fully free one country, you know, like they just showed it in this chapter where that fucking king comes back to Sorbet, and then just like you know, so the problem just comes back again, right?
That's true.
And I think we've seen it with like I guess Drum Island too. Like Wapol came back as a king, right?
Yeah, he did.
So they didn't really, It's
all temporary.
Yeah. So I think like it makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, like Kuma, bro, his fucking backstory is so tragic, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I think Oda was literally like, let me make the most tragic backstory of One Piece.
And I'm here for it, bro. I know, man. We know you fucking tragic corn dog. Like, bro. Like he's easily probably your top character right now.
Oh, he's top 4, man.
Top 1, bro.
No, he's top 4.
Probably over Sabo too.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
We saw Kuma training Sabo.
Yeah, I know. That was the highlight of the chapter.
I know.
It's just crazy.
That was highlight of the chapter.
It's just crazy, bro.
Wild,
Did you see that?
You're
bro, wild. Sabo as a kid, he's battling Kuma.
He's not battling, he's training.
He's battling Kuma. With his devil fruit powers and his
bro, shut up, bro.
What are you gassing right
shut
now?
Up.
And Sabo got away from the Goro side.
Yo, shut up, man.
Yo, okay, but
he's had it. He's been that guy.
So we get Jenny who reaches out through the transponder to the
Kuma guys.
Yeah.
And you know, she says that she's like contracted like some virus, and that's why like they kind of didn't want her anymore, like as in the celestial dragons.
It was called like sapphire stones or something like that.
Well, you find out after what it was called by like one of the doctors.
Yeah.
But like, what do we think this?
When I was originally looking at it,
by the way, like this did translate to Bonnie. Like she did contract. This disease.
She got same disease.
I thought. Yeah. I don't think it was Saturn. I know there's a lot of theories thinking like Saturn did some shit.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. Like there's so many, like they talk about how it's literally like skin cancer, like from the sun. And when you think about the way that they're talking about the world, like the lower world.
Well, they said that
and like the upper world. I think because the Holy Land is so much closer to the sun, that there's a higher chance of you contracting skin cancer from the sun.
Also.
And then like all the Celestials
I know what you're about to say.
Like they're wearing like the astronaut suits, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's potentially protecting them from developing.
I mean, it's also
skin
sunny
cancer.
there all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then like the only like you see slaves, but we've never actually had time with any slave to be like, oh, do they have this disease or not? Or we don't know how long they've been a slave for anything.
So that disease, I don't know if they said that it's contracted by the sun, but it's saying that like it progresses.
It progresses by the sun.
Yeah.
So you don't know you don't know if it's like a skin cancer, if it's something that a celestial dragon had that gave it to her. And like we know that there is a sense of you could say that there is possibly a sense of it's being passed on because it got passed on to Bonnie.
Yeah.
And
like it could be a like sexually transmitted disease.
That's what I was gonna get to.
Yeah.
Like my train of thought was like, because we haven't seen any other slaves or anyone with it, or even Celestials. Because Celestials aren't always wearing the astronaut helmet stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think with like the God Valley flashback or
No,
something?
they
Like
are.
Yeah, I think they were.
They
yeah.
are. Only the God
Okay.
Knights aren't.
The God Knights aren't. Sorry. So like,
Yeah.
there's people still on the Holy Land that aren't wearing any type of protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, why aren't they getting?
So
the
like,
sapphire stuff?
what if they're
So-
like two things, right? What if the species of human they are, or like,
Yeah.
like you know how there's buccaneers? Are
Yeah, like
slightly
it
different?
affects it. So like, whatever
What if
Ginny
they're
is.
no? What if like the Celestials are actually like the most fragile? Like that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
they wear the suits, is because if they're exposed, they turn blue and they die.
I was gonna say like,
Right?
it's
And
kind
then-
of similar to like the way the Europeans and the natives
Yeah,
like,
you could say.
contracted diseases
Yeah,
from
Yeah, like it's like
It's
the
the same
reverse.
thing.
It's the reverse,
It's the-
right?
yeah,
Whereas
same
the
thing.
colonizer is the one getting the disease.
yeah.
But what I wanted to say was, they say that she turns to stone,
Do
right? They turn to stone.
they? Ginny turned to stone?
Well,
Yeah,
the-
like
the
it's like
jewel
stone,
or
like
whatever,
a
it's
jewel,
a
like it's like a
jewel-like.
stone like thing, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
eventually, yeah. I guess like with all like the jewels coming on them
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah, I guess so. What do you think about
Sea
that?
prism stone. You heard it here first.
You think sea prism stone is actual people?
What?
Oh,
Yeah, that's
that'd
what
be
I'm
kind of
saying.
cool.
That's what I'm saying.
But then,
That's what I'm
but wouldn't
saying.
they?
That's why there's not. That's why there's so little of it. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Is there
bro.
so little of it though?
We don't see a lot.
Because
Of it.
Wano's using sea prism stone and turning into nails and shit.
Yeah, but I think it comes from like people.
But you think? But okay, are you saying that like the people that are using the sea prism stones don't know where it's actually from?
yeah, and it's from this
I like the
disease.
theory, but I feel like Wano, like how old the country is
Mhm.
and like how closed off like it is, that it would know that, and because it's not getting its sea prism stone from anywhere else, it's only getting it
in
from
Wano.
because it
It's closed
originated.
off, right?
Yeah. So that's why like that's where it's kind of like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah,
But I, that would be cool. Though.
I think that's the case.
That'd make
though.
it like even like
I
crazier.
think that's the case.
Yeah.
No, because like I mean, it could have happened like thousands of years ago in Wano, and all those people turned to stone, and then now you're like years later, you're like, oh, look at this
Maybe.
stone, and let's just
But again, like why
use it.
why is everyone turning into stone? Like
That's
with
the
this
disease. I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that.
yeah.
But I do think it's that sea stone prism comes from this disease.
It would make sense. Like if
So
it,
what
if it
gives it
comes
that
from a
property,
living
though?
person, the
Yeah,
property could be because it's like your will contending with like the devil's will,
there.
and it makes complete
That's what I'm
sense
saying.
there.
That's what I'm saying.
I just don't.
That's what it is. I think that's what it is.
I just don't see how in the story it's gonna make sense.
Yeah.
like, with-
Also, it
with the
doesn't.
disease.
It doesn't make sense how it would. If you coat it on the bottom of a ship, like it blends in with the ship, like the
yeah, for the
ocean
sea
stuff.
monsters, and they
Yeah,
can't tell
yeah,
what it is. Yeah, that
Like,
stuff doesn't
but
make
like,
sense.
I think what if they've been just calling it like you know how
Like they don't actually know.
the gum fruit was
Classified.
misclassified. Like the Gorosei purposely named it this because they're like, people are scared of the sea, and we can just use this vast unknown of water as sort of a way to explain
But
something that we
why
don't
would-
want to explain to people.
But
Do you know what I'm saying?
The thing is, the sea prism stone is what allows marine ships to go through the calm belt
Yeah,
without
yeah.
sea monsters going after them.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't make sense why like.
But I'm saying
That
for
connection
like,
there
for like
makes no
I'm
sense.
like for general knowledge
know.
people.
But I'm talking about for that connection there.
Yeah.
Like if it was originated from my body,
Yeah.
why is that stopping sea monsters from attacking their ship?
No, because like again, if it's, and I'm not saying this is true, but let's say if it was like a sun-based disease, what if the way the stone acts, it gives off like a sun-like property, and they think it's just a reflection of the sun or some shit like that. You
I don't
know what I mean?
That's happening. It's too many what ifs.
It's like a lot of. It's like
That's too many
stretch.
what
It's
ifs.
definitely a
Yeah.
stretch, but I mean,
But you had me when you first said it. You had me when you first said it, but when you actually
Yeah.
think about it, like no, it lost me. It
Nah,
lost
I
me.
definitely think that's the case.
Definitely.
Nah, bro.
You went to definitely.
Well,
I think so, bro.
The way I always saw sea
Sea
prism stone was like, it was like almost like kryptonite.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it would
but
have
where
to
does
be
it come
formed
from?
in the
In the
sea.
sea.
Yeah, that's the way I
for
thought
it
about
to
it too.
gain
I thought
those
about it the
And
same
they're
way.
going
to
in.
then-
They're going, but the thing is, right? Even with Kuma's or not Kuma, Vegapunk's explanation of like the sea, like why is the sea an enemy to Devil Fruit users, like all
He
that
didn't
stuff.
explain that.
Doesn't he say that? He says
He doesn't
something
talk
along
about
the
the
line.
sea.
He does, doesn't he?
He talks about like Mother Nature, I guess.
Yeah,
But he doesn't-
and Mother Nature, the sea, right? Like, why are you going like this, bro? Like,
Oh, yeah,
you're acting like
yes.
this. Fucking what I'm saying is completely wrong.
no, but I mean,
But
like,
no, like, what I'm getting at is like that explanation was so vague. You know?
Yo, we're back
we
here.
covered this 3 times.
We're back. It's so vague.
Why?
Like,
Nah.
So I mean, I think they're sea
Yeah.
stone prison.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool theory, but I don't agree.
So moving on, Ginny.
Wait, hold on.
What do you want to say?
I think it's actually the sexually transmitted disease,
Okay.
which makes sense why it went to Ginny, and then because she kept Bonnie so close to her while she was in critical condition, it makes sense that it like jumped to her as well.
Well, babies.
I feel like it's a
Because she's a baby, so she's
babies get that happens to babies
okay.
where they will get the disease of the mother because of like the womb and everything. So you don't. It doesn't have to be because she held her, just because she birthed her.
I mean,
I feel like it's either that, or like it's just the simple fact that the Celestials carry this disease normally,
like the European
or like
First Nations thing, right?
On some koala shit. On some koala
this
shit.
is like something that like, assuming that like they intercourse in One Piece is the same way it is in real life.
Yeah,
Celestial had to come out of their suit.
Yeah.
To do the deed.
Yeah.
And we've never actually seen them like do that.
So I feel like it could just be easily transmitted because the person was out of the suit.
Yeah.
And like they came in contact with.
It's like koalas. They all have chlamydia, so you can't let a koala lick you.
What the fuck?
Damn.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Not going.
You know?
I didn't fucking know that.
Yeah.
Cause she be all over Sabu and whoever that.
I'm talking about actual real life koalas.
Oh. Yeah, what the fuck, man?
What the fuck's wrong?
I thought you were talking about the character. I thought you were talking about like the character in the Revolutionary Army, bro.
That can't be real.
What the fuck? What the hell, man?
You're lying, bro.
You're lying, bro. Like, what? We're talking about One Piece here.
I know. I was like,
they established Koala's character. Like everyone from her village just has fucking chlamydia or something. And I'm like, what? Like I don't remember hearing this. You're talking about animals though.
Yeah.
He was just saying like what I'm saying is just like a koala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything just comes back to Sabo for you.
I mean, all over Sabo.
I mean, we already had that example of the First Nation, the Europeans. You didn't have to.
No, because that was what was the example?
You didn't have to bring up koalas at all.
What was the example there?
What do you mean? Just the contact. The contact there just spreads the disease. What do you mean? Like that's all you needed.
You didn't
need another koala chlamydia thing on top of that.
Because Celestials are not human, bro. All right, they're animals. They're fucking.
They're not koala bears.
They're koala bears.
They could be a different species completely. Like who knows?
Whatever.
Who knows?
So Bonnie is born,
and Kuma is now raising Bonnie.
Yeah, and he's just going through it, man, crying.
And that's a big shift for him to be like, yo, I'm gonna take care of this baby, even though like he wants to be the Hands of Liberation.
Yeah, I mean, like we did see like the panels where like he was like, with Bonnie. Next panel, he's fighting.
He's like trying to fight at the same time.
The work-life balance.
And he's with Bonnie again. Yeah, the work-life balance.
Yeah. But I mean, she also had the disease.
Yeah, so she grows like a little jewel on her face.
Yeah. But now Bonnie's not. Like your theory for the Ginny thing is just completely not happening.
What theory?
Like Bonnie being a clone of Ginny or like.
How's she still alive now?
Well, they're gonna fix it.
How do you know?
That's the deal.
You don't know
that's
that,
the
though.
deal. I mean,
you don't know that, though.
That's where I'm theorizing now.
Yeah, but you can't say I'm completely wrong then.
I can, though.
No, you can't. You're just speculating.
No, because Bonnie could be a clone of herself, but she can't be a clone of Ginny. No, because why would she be a clone of Ginny? She'd be a clone of herself.
Of Kuma's memories of Ginny. He can do that.
What about his memories of Bonnie?
Why would she not be?
He could do that too.
But why? Why would he be like?
But
nah,
it's
fuck
still,
Bonnie. I'm gonna make you like the memories of Ginny instead of her.
Still,
I call you Bonnie.
Yeah,
and raise you as my
man?
child still.
No, man, that makes no sense.
No, but still, like the marriage, like I'm not completely wrong.
Like potential for her to be a clone of herself. Yeah. Potential there,
or he just goes to Vegapunk and Vegapunk's big ass brain that's in a silo.
That's true, and he gives up his freedom for.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Like he gave up it. Like he gave up his freedom. Saturn's probably the one that got it done too. Because we don't even know the extent of their.
Well, I think
abilities.
All of them know that she's half celestial. That's why they've been treating her the way they've been treating her.
Yeah, exactly. That too.
Yeah, which is like so whatever.
Yeah.
Like fuck that. Like
what do you fuck that?
Like why is that such a big deal?
I guess so.
I fucking punched in the face again. Like fuck these guys, man.
That's just a woman abuser.
No, the Celestials, bro. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Like,
no, I'm literally talking about. He got punched by Luffy. I'm like, fuck this guy. All the Celestials, man.
No, but it matters in One Piece.
Cool, I know it matters in One Piece. So like, fuck these guys.
Yeah, no, I think what ended up happening though is Kuma. He would do anything for Bonnie to be saved.
Yeah.
Because he made a promise, right?
Mm-hmm.
To Ginny, that he'd take care of her.
And you can tell that Saturn, Bonnie, and Kuma somehow have some type of like backstory or something. Like even the Vegapunk, right?
Not really.
I mean, the way he talked about Bonnie, and then also
he just said she's a child.
but
That's
also with
it.
like the way Bonnie was able to escape from Akainu when Blackbeard brought her.
Yeah, because
this
celestial.
Exactly,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it kind of like explains that,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. But what did Blackbeard do to her, man?
I don't know. What do you
Are you
mean?
talking about the clip of how he's like,
He's like, oh, you could be like a fine woman, like on
Yeah,
my
did he
thing.
say that? Isn't
yeah,
it-
he like
yeah.
my
But he
woman or
doesn't
something?
do anything. Like
I
she
know,
doesn't
but what?
agree to
These
it.
fuck. How do you know that?
You don't know that.
You don't know that. You're just
Alright.
saying shit, bro.
I mean, we didn't get anything else. He said you could, like, if he's like, because like he didn't let her free to do that.
Yeah, I know, but what? Why did he tie her up in the first place?
I don't know, going after pirates, bro. That's insane.
To do what? To take
Yeah,
their
he
devil
went- he
fruits?
went
But
after Law.
He didn't do shit. Yeah, because
Like, it's the same thing.
Well, he tried to kill Law.
he tried to
Yeah.
kill Law.
Same thing.
What? No, what?
No, he
left
didn't
her
kill
alive.
her.
He tied her
No,
up
no,
and
but
left her
I
there.
mean, he's like going after
So what
people.
are you saying?
He plus he goes, yo, you
He
can be
didn't-
my main squeeze,
Yeah.
and
Like he's technically not killing anyone though, because they didn't even kill Garp. They didn't kill Kobe. Like they're not really killing anyone. They're
so
just
how
he
old
has
is
some type
Bonnie?
of motive, but
Bonnie?
he's not killing
No,
He's
no.
like
anyone.
12 or something, no?
No, because
At
no,
most 14,
no.
I think.
No, she's born. Wasn't she born when Sabo was training with Kuma, or around then? Or was it
around
after or
then.
around that same time?
It was after.
After? How old Sabo
Like
there?
Sabo would have been, he would have been like 10 or 11, I think, or
What?
something.
Oh, actually, yeah. I know he would.
Yeah, he would have been.
Because
What do
he
you
would have been he is the oldest, and then it was
Yeah.
Ace, and then so he would have been Luffy would I think was 7 or 9 around that time when they had that
Okay, so
flashback.
Bonnie's like 16 or something. right
Now?
Yeah.
Hmm.
No.
I thought she's like 12.
I was
She's
gonna say
12?
she's like more like 13.
yeah,
13, 14?
or
Yeah,
14.
14
Okay.
at most is what I'm
So
saying.
do you guys think that maybe, like, so you guys think Vegapunk cured her and Kuma gave up his memories, and not the fact that she has her devil fruit and she's able to stop herself from aging to age 10,
No,
and that's why she can stay alive?
because I was thinking about that like originally,
Yeah.
but like if it was her devil fruit, it wouldn't stop the disease.
Why not?
Why not?
Because whenever she ages forward and becomes like an old person to like hide, like when she's hiding at the reverie,
Yeah.
that she would have been fucked by the
But
disease.
yo, but
You're
that would have
but
accelerated it.
but Vegapunk had said her devil fruit distorts the future. That was when
I mean, yeah.
So it's not a true future.
But I
it's a
thought
possible.
Vegapunk is
it's
too
a possible
vague
future.
to like.
Yeah.
It is. So, but if you guys want to take it, you guys can take it like
You're
that.
hilarious.
But I'm not taking
No,
it.
but
No, I was
think-
gonna say if like she has an awakening to her devil fruit and she can control herself at a like
That's what I thought-
molecular level.
That's what I thought the bubblegum thing was that she did, like the fucking near-death experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was like an awakening for
Oh,
her.
okay, yeah, maybe.
That's
But
what I
like I
thought.
was just saying, like if there's a possibility through her devil fruit, I feel like that would be the way if she
Yeah.
can control herself at a molecular level and age herself in
Yeah.
that sense.
That'd be
'Cause then
crazy.
she could just
though.
age her disease backwards.
and then get rid of it, and
Exactly.
then be like fully okay with it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
But
but that would be
I
crazy.
think
That'd be cool,
I think
though.
it ties.
Why can't she do that?
I think it ties
She's
into what,
12.
but it's what Kuma
She's
did.
smart.
It's what Kuma like is at now though.
Yeah.
Like whatever had happened with Bonnie, I
Yeah.
feel like has to be why Kuma gave up his.
I
For
don't.
sure.
I think.
Yeah.
I think.
I
You know how the
also
king
agree.
comes back. I think whatever this king did, is what causes that.
wasn't
What
Kuma
do you
also
mean?
stated to be the king of?
He was.
So then,
So he like Kuma was the tyrant king of the Sorbet kingdom. That's what they called him.
yeah,
So it was obviously this guy though,
no,
and
no,
they just
or-
fucking
or
he
overthrows him
he
and
overthrows him,
becomes king.
becomes king, and
Yeah.
then does some shit that he needs to for Bonnie's like survival.
like you're saying his morals get corrupted and he's doing some fuck shit.
No, fuck shit. Just like,
It is fuck shit though.
what do you mean?
What do you
If he's
mean?
being a tyrant, that's some
Oh
fuck
yeah,
shit.
true. Yeah,
I mean, no,
That's some
but you
fuck
can
shit.
mislabel someone a tyrant.
sure. You
No,
can.
yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you think he's doing? That's, for Bonnie's sake. That's not like tyranny type
I
of
don't know.
thing.
I was gonna say like he put shade everywhere. You know what I mean? So that she can like play outside, right? And I was like, yo,
Put the whole island in a bubble
in a bubble. And he's
with
like,
no
yo,
sunlight.
he's like, no sunlight. You know what I mean? Like that's not that tyranny. That's just like okay.
It's not. It's not tyranny at all.
Yeah.
Bro.
You know what I
Nah,
mean?
man.
Because he can repel light, bro. He can repel it.
But Vegapunk's vague.
Vegapunk is big.
Like, no, they could have easily like it could have just been Morgan just like spinning the news for him,
Mhm.
Sure. Yeah.
and
maybe.
just to probably explain that the reason why they even took Kuma and did that shit is because he was being a tyrant. That's like the way to like scapegoat him.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, that's
Right.
true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I think he had made a deal with Saturn.
Yeah.
Saturn goes and fixes Bonnie.
Why Saturn specifically? You don't think any of the other Gorosei could be involved?
Saturn, I don't know, but
'cause,
Saturn,
like-
Saturn. It seems like Saturn might be either the weakest or the one who's like, because he's like all science based. He's
Is
like
he the
invested.
tech one?
He's the science one.
He's the science one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I
like
thought
that.
maybe one of the other
So
ones
he's
was.
kind of like invested with Vegapunk.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think that's why.
All right.
I don't know if he is the weakest, but like
yeah.
he says like he went down for God Valley and he came down again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we've seen him come down twice now.
We haven't
Yeah.
seen any of the other ones.
Yeah.
Like
That's
that,
true.
right?
So I don't know about that.
Maybe he's
Mhm.
like the spokesperson of.
I could see him being the weakest, to be honest, because the other
Or
ones
that.
look stronger.
That's you can't judge a book
I know.
by its cover.
I know. But like the guy, the
Especially
bald
in
guy,
One
the
Piece.
bald one,
Yeah. What about the bald one?
he looks the strongest.
The one who people think is a swords master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does.
The
kinda look
greatest
strong.
swordsman of One
Yeah.
Piece.
Yeah. He kind of looks like a fraud too.
Just to further
What do you mean a
the
fraud too?
just to further the Zoro plot.
Yeah.
No, but
Um,
that's
yeah.
that's like a whole side
side
tangent.
Yeah.
that we can explore.
We can get into, but like it's like one of those
Later.
because they keep introducing swordsmen
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
like that are besides Mihawk.
Mihawk,
So it's like,
yeah.
and they're like at like you could say a higher level.
Like Figureland.
Like
Right?
Figureland, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like, so doesn't that just make him the strongest swordsman or something?
But it's like
But-
there's
but
a
they
difference
consider
between
themselves
somebody
a
who uses
swordsman.
Yeah,
That's the-
it's
that's
like
the
the
main
Shanks
thing.
shit.
Yeah,
like
it's like somebody
does
who
he
uses a
consider him-
sword
or
versus
like
someone who's
Rogers
actual
or
swordsman.
whatever.
Yeah.
No, I know, but then
Yeah.
like I feel like if we're talking about like the Gorosei, I feel
Yeah.
like he would be
A
just
swordsman.
a straight up swordsman.
Yeah, I think so too.
So it's like, is he not now the strongest?
But people were like, there was a
but would
theory
you
I had
ever?
read.
But would you have ever seen a Gorosei like try to claim that title? Like you would never
No,
seen him
of course
fight
not.
anyone.
See, that's
so
but
he would just be there.
there was a
holding
theory,
that-
and I had mentioned this theory like a couple pods ago. How like assuming that the Gorosei can live longer than regular people,
Yeah.
and, like,
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Yeah.
That he was actually Ryuma's rival from back in the day.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
theory.
yeah,
I
yeah.
saw
Yeah,
that
yeah,
theory.
and he's just been like since then he's just been chilling because he's like Ryuma
Yeah,
was
I
his
mean-
like last worthy rival.
The thing about the titles is that like we know that's given by the government or given by the people. Like it's given by the people that live in the world, and the Gorosei are
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
like above.
I mean, the fact that Mihawk was
So
a marine hunter is kind of like rowdy. Like what the fuck?
yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess it's rowdy. like
it is. You know what I mean? Like he's
I
out
mean-
here just fucking murking out marines left and right,
yeah, but
and
maybe
they
not
couldn't
that
even
strong.
catch him. They were like, "Yo, we need to stop this guy, this serial killer, and killing marines."
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. like
Anyways,
Yes.
Yeah,
that side tangent.
I like the
completely.
I like the connection between the jewels and like jewelry bonding. Like that makes
Yeah.
I
complete
did
sense.
too. Yeah.
yeah.
Which is also why I don't think like I feel like if she was a clone, it kind of it doesn't hit the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Like that personal connection to like
It's not tragic enough, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But that personal connection to like how she grew up with Kuma, and then she calls herself Jewelry Bonnie because of that.
The jewel,
right?
Yeah.
So like that just what it would like lose that a little bit if she was really
Mhm.
just a clone.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There was a theory I had read how, like, was it Shandora?
Yeah.
The gold city in Skypiea.
Yeah.
How Kalgara had said that they had been attacked by enemies multiple times
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because they had to protect the poneglyph. Like, not the gold. They didn't care about the gold. They
Yeah, of
cared
course,
about the
yeah.
poneglyph.
Yeah,
There,
because
right?
they had
And
to.
so then people were saying that the original people of Shandora were buccaneers, because if you look at the statues there, the statues that were like made in that city, they look like big buccaneer people. Do you know what I mean? Like the sculptures.
I don't remember. You'd have to show me, but I don't. Like you're saying, they look like Kuma and
Ca-
Kuma's
like-
dad, because that's the only two references we have for Buccaneer.
just more like Kuma, but again, it could have just been like an artistic
big
style.
body, small legs.
Yeah, and like and like the face thing, but it's like you you don't know if that's like a sculpture of a person or they just like made it as like a deity worshipping type thing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to like make sure like that's
I
what
don't
it
know,
is, because
man.
it's also half covered in grass when you see it.
I wouldn't.
like,
I wouldn't
lined
agree
up.
with that either, just because.
Why? No, because then it would make sense why
'cause
why
of where-
the
'cause of where
sin of the book of Buccaneers.
But because of where Jaya is, like in terms of the world,
okay,
it's so displaced from, because like they made it seem like Buccaneers, like this enemy race, was like closer to home for where the holy place is.
no, they didn't. Lunarians did that, not
but
Buccaneers.
like even even with God Valley and stuff, that seems like it's much closer.
You don't. You're just headcanoning that, bro.
I am headcanoning it.
Okay,
But this is a whole ass theory. This is a whole random ass theory.
But you can't just throw it. Like I said, it's a theory, and you can't just try to disprove a theory with some random headcanon.
But I'm saying it seems like.
But why? Why does it seem like that?
Just the way that's portrayed in the story. It just seems like that. Like
I did not get that impression at all. Did you get that impression?
Like when the Celestials go to God Valley, where do you think God Valley is? You think it's out where Geass is?
I thought it was in the New World.
Where do you think it is?
That's
in the New World.
New World or Grand Line. But I was like, yo, there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just because we see a Buccaneer there doesn't mean that they're from there. Like they're slaves. They could have got shipped anywhere across the world.
No, but what I'm saying is if Celestials are staying at the Holy Land, how they're barely even leaving the Holy Land. They go to the archipelago for like slave trading and shit.
Right.
How often are they really gonna go to like an island on the outskirts? Do you know what I'm saying? Like you'll never see a celestial dragon in East Blue, South Blue, North Blue, like any of that shit.
What I'm saying, the theory had stated that the Buccaneers were originally from there. Think about how long ago that was. That was prior to the Celestials even settling.
It could be. Potentially.
Way before that.
But you don't know that. That's also.
It says like during or it says like 800 years or some shit.
But we still don't know when Celestials became a thing or when the world government came to power.
We don't really know that.
Century.
They say after the Void.
We don't actually know that though.
They state it in the anime, in the manga. They're like, yo,
that Celestials came to power after.
No, they don't say Celestials. They said the 12 or 21, however many 11.
Well, they talk
power
about
after they defeated an ancient evil or ancient kingdom. They said post Void Century. So I'm saying prior to that.
Okay,
is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because then the Lunarians would have been living there.
Yeah, before they took over.
Exactly, because that's what so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean,
it was a theory.
I gotta see the statue too.
Yeah. I sent the theory in the One Piece chat
because like you could say that with like literally any. The theory like that's is based on like just the statue. Because there's a paw print in fucking Fishman Island that has nothing to do with anything.
Where?
It's just on a container, and I've seen like scans of this.
Oh, really?
And people were just wondering if that had a connection to Kuma's thing, which is why I was wondering, like, when Kuma does his teleporting, does it have to be to an island that he's already been to,
or not?
And yes, like it's kind of like Minato's thing from Naruto.
Okay.
But then in the chapter, you see him like going to find Jenny.
Yeah.
And you see him teleporting from place to place. So now we know that he can just teleport like
anywhere,
wherever he wants.
Yeah. That's true.
But it's like shit like that. Like
I sent it. Maybe I didn't.
It's not enough of like an indication, in my opinion.
Yeah.
To say like that's like because you could just but you make the case that they're from anywhere in the world.
It was because Saturn had said that the Buccaneers' cardinal sin.
Yeah. And
it's like, what could that sin be? And what if they had been attacking this city and they were the ones defending it, and then that was their sin?
To me, it feels like Shandorians. That was their. Like it's taking away from their story if they were the ones who took over the Buccaneers.
No. I'm saying they're like descendants sort of thing. Like
so they're Buccaneers.
Like, but they're like diluted now.
Yeah,
like because the world government's up there in Skypiea. Like we don't think they are. Are we? Or do we think they are? I don't think.
No, but
so.
Shandorians but with Nolan and stuff, they started down below, and they were Shandorians, and that was like 400. That was 400 years ago.
Yeah, and I'm saying,
and they were still called Shandorians.
But even then, that's what I'm saying. At that point, Kalgara is telling a story of how, like, their ancestors back in their day got attacked.
But what I'm saying is, like, the story of the Buccaneers as like a tribe.
Yeah.
If that's coincides with the Shandorians, it takes away from it.
Why?
Because you're saying that the Shandorians are just Buccaneers and they're just diluted. But why
does it take away from them?
Because the way Saturn was saying that, like, the Buccaneers are basically have to go extinct because like they fucking did whatever they did.
Yeah.
They would have killed all the Shandorians.
That's if they know they're that. Like, if they know Sky Island's up there.
Well, we know the Gorse have been alive for so long.
Yeah, but how would they know Sky Island's up there?
They would only people. But they would have known before they even went up, though. They would have known who the Shandorians are before they even got shot up. Because they were on the Earth.
Yeah.
So then they should have already been dead by then, or enslaved.
No, but okay, let's say they pulled up and now the island's gone. How?
What do you mean? Let's say. What do you
mean? No. Because you're saying they would have been enslaved or dead, right?
Yeah.
But if they were pulling up and now the island's no longer there, are they gonna? They're just gonna be like, they're just gonna turn around and be like, okay.
It's too many what ifs, though.
Yeah.
Right, like just to have the Buccaneers connect to this one statue in Jaya, like
multiple statues, but okay, yeah.
Right, like why not just have like?
But it goes back to their sin, like what the sin of the Buccaneers is. Do you know what I mean? Like, what else could it be?
Not
And the thing
really,
is,
though.
because of sun god Nika, because they talk about the sun god in Shandori and everything,
Yeah.
it like links even more through that. You know what I'm saying?
Here's why that makes it worse, though.
Why does it make it worse?
Now you're just because in Nika, the story of Nika,
Yeah.
instead of it being something that's like multiple tribes from around the world have been hearing about stories about Nika.
Yeah.
When you're tying Buccaneer and Shandorians into one island,
Yeah.
now it just seems like that was just a story for one island, and now you're like, okay, like why is Nika only on this one island? Like that's supposed to be a freedom.
No, it could have been other tribes could have heard of it too.
I know, but from where we've heard Nika so much from is literally
Fishermen too. Fishermen's.
No, they talk about Joy Boy. They don't talk about Nika.
They say sun god.
They don't talk about Nika.
They say sun god.
I don't believe so.
I swear they say sun god.
You could search it up.
I don't have my phone,
But
so you could search it
I'm
up.
not. No, because they talk about Joy Boy and Fishman Island.
Yeah.
They talk about Nika at Wano,
Yeah.
and then they talk about Nika during Skypiea. But then a lot of the Nika stuff, like
They don't say Nika, they say sun god.
okay,
Yeah.
but like still
Okay.
And then you're getting Nika from the Buccaneer stuff. That's
Yeah.
only 3 times we've seen Nika, and it's like,
Yeah.
and like I'd rather have it where we're slowly learning that there's more tribes
So,
that know
Don't
about
you
Nika.
think? Don't you
But
think?
having it
So
just
who
be-
was okay? So based off the straw hat that's in the Holy Land,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That straw hat, you think it's a giant straw hat?
I don't know.
Okay. So basically, people have been peeping it, and they're like, "Yo, that hat is too small to be a giant straw hat,
Yeah,
and it's too
it's
big."
a little bit like
It's
it could be like a Buccaneer hat.
Exactly. So they're saying
Yeah.
that Joy Boy, like Sun God Nika, was originally a Buccaneer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but all I'm saying is that it'd be better to have these tribes be separate entities than have them be combined somehow, right? Because like having them be separate fleshes out the world a little bit better.
Yeah.
Having it be combined is just like it's unnecessary.
I don't know. I think it's fine. Like it doesn't. If you're combining, I'm like that's okay.
Yeah, but like, 'cause,
Yeah.
like the issue with the Nika stuff is like, why are we hearing it so much now that we never heard it before?
Yeah.
Which is
But-
why like
But we weren't.
which is why I want to see tribes where, and because it's in a flashback, we're seeing the Nika stuff, and it makes sense if it's just the Buccaneer stuff on its own,
Yeah.
right? Like if we're just getting a bunch of Buccaneer stuff like thrown, or not Buccaneer, Nika stuff thrown at us,
Yeah.
and we don't really see anything from like prior to the story to show like, oh, like there were
But the
talks
thing is,
about Nika,
but the thing is,
then it kind of just like
But prior to the story, we weren't going into slavery. Like it seems as though he is
the
an entity.
focus.
Yeah, it wasn't a slavery focus, and then now it's becoming more so that, right?
But it's
So
not.
you can't say that just because it wasn't shown before means like where'd it come from now. It's because the focus of the story wasn't that.
I know, but like with Skypiea, when they name dropped it there
Yeah.
were like Shandorians weren't being enslaved then, and they talked about Nika.
Yeah,
They weren't enslaved then either. But I'm saying like since then, like the next time we get Nika drop is Wano, which is
Yeah,
and
okay.
that's why like that's such a long time
Yeah,
to have another Nika drop, and now we're getting constant Nika drop after that.
yeah,
That like there should have been more like parts in One Piece where they talked about Nika,
Nika
or
as well.
yeah, and like if Joy Boy is Nika,
Yeah, or
and
whatever.
like
yeah.
the same way that Luffy has different names for himself in different kingdoms, like some like Dressrosa they call him Lucy,
yeah,
and like
yeah,
there's Usolan and God Usopp, and like
right,
all
right,
the, all the-
right.
if Joy Boy is Nika like that,
Yeah,
then it works perfectly,
yeah,
because then you're having like Fishman Island call him Joy Boy, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
actually Nika, and then,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
like then it works,
yeah.
yeah. But until
But
that,
I mean, I thought that was the case.
we don't know if
I
they're
know,
the
but
same person.
I had thought that was
Yeah.
the case where he was just like freeing people and they just had different names for him.
Yeah.
based off of like.
but we don't
just how
know
they were-
that yet,
Yeah,
because Joy Boy could have also just had the Nika fruit, or he could have been like
like you think he was like a second iteration.
yeah,
a
like
third
just yeah,
iteration or
because Nika's
whatever.
like the original, and then
the
like,
originator, and then now
yeah.
it's Joy Boy, and then it's Luffy.
yeah, basically
Yeah,
that's
Are,
what I was
are you
thinking.
searching?
Yeah, I was trying to look for these statues.
The statues?
Yeah, you got to go deep. Like,
How far?
are you just got to
And, like,
Skypiea?
Yeah, I don't
It'd be
know.
when
Like,
Robin's like looking at the poneglyph there, so I don't know
like
what the name
what
of the chapter
purpose
is
would
and
that
stuff.
serve for like Buccaneers to be tied into Shandorians? Like
Just
that?
the sin. I was talking about like the sin.
Because like what would
The
yeah,
cardinal
so
sin.
what
was
would that
what
sin
their
be?
sin was them protecting the poneglyphs.
But the Shandorians are protecting the poneglyphs.
But they were like, it was like passed on to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he says their ancestors.
I feel like
are from way
their
back.
sin has to be like something like
Because yo,
grave.
Rouge is
It's gotta
fucking
be something
massive.
grave.
Rouge is massive. Like he could low-key be Buccaneer, bro.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean he has wings though.
okay.
I don't know. It just feels weird.
Oh, okay.
Why would he be a Buccaneer?
No, like he could be half Buccaneer or like quarter or like you know.
Yeah, but you can say that about everyone.
No, but that like look how he's built, bro. You know.
No, I mean that's fair, but he's.
yeah.
I think he's bigger than he's looking bigger, no?
Then who?
The pacifistas?
No,
The
he's same
pacifistas are
size,
same
but his
size?
devil fruit allows for him to get
Get
bigger
bigger?
because of the damage he takes.
I'm pretty sure he's from a Sky Island. I don't
He
think
is.
he's a Buccaneer.
No, he is from a Sky Island, but I was like tying it back to what I was saying, that he could be like a.
Shandorians not only dipped from Jaya, but they went to Skypiea and then onto a different Sky Island. Is that what you're saying?
No, actually, never mind.
Yeah,
Never
like
mind. Never mind. I don't know. Like Uruj looks like
he
he's
does
like,
look big, yeah.
and also his skin tone's different too. Like he doesn't look like a Skypian and shit.
He
definitely looks-
doesn't
he
look
look-
like a Buccaneer.
He
though.
looks Arabic, bro.
and we
if I was
haven't
gonna-
seen enough of the other islands. We've only seen the
No,
one
we
that
haven't.
Nami went to.
And even then, that wasn't a Sky Island. It was just an island in the sky.
Yeah, I mean, I
You know what I mean? Because it was because of their tech.
Weather,
Yeah, like they had like tech and shit.
Yeah, I don't know where these
yeah,
things are.
it's okay. Just leave it.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll find it and I'll send it to the editor and then he'll throw it up.
No, man. No, bro. Like,
Anyways, is there anything else you guys want to talk about with the One Piece chapter?
no.
Anything to do with Bonnie? Like where do you guys think the story's going with her now?
We've already mentioned it. I think.
Do you
Yeah,
think,
I don't think this changes
So-
anything.
so? If let's say the disease was not sexually transmitted and it's through how else would you guys think it's transmitted?
Just contact.
I think it
Through
has to be
physical
contact. I think that literally has to be it.
Kuma would have contracted it too, no?
He's a Buccaneer. I mean, we know that he's more resilient,
Okay.
and they've shown that. So it makes sense if nothing happens to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
alright.
like the way you're saying it's like sexually transmitted,
Mhm.
and for the mother to pass it to the daughter,
Yeah.
that means like it's really just like a genetic thing there,
Mm-hmm.
and it wouldn't even pass to anyone that they're touching. So it wouldn't
Mhm.
even matter then.
What do you mean?
Like even if she's touching somebody else, like
Yeah.
it wouldn't really change anything.
No, because if it wasn't sexually transmitted.
No, but I'm saying
yeah,
if
if it was, okay,
if
yeah,
that's the most plausible answer right now.
yeah, it is,
Right.
Yeah, but like so sad for Kuma, bro. He love his life got taken.
Yeah.
against her will.
I think next chapter we'll see him.
He had like, man, fuck these Celestials.
like go out and because Dragon said he's gonna go find some people, right? Dragon's probably gonna reach out to Vegapunk.
Kuma needs to rage.
Kuma
bro.
might go to Vegapunk, and then they gotta maybe Saturn has to use his devil fruit
Oh.
or something to get rid of it. Like who knows?
Maybe that. Okay, so Kuma needs to rage, bro. Like he needs to just fucking.
I think that's
pop
part of his
off.
character is not him.
I know.
Is him not raging
But-
and like not having that moment.
I know.
Yo.
But what if
It
he?
just hit me.
What?
What if during this invasion from the king guy,
Yeah.
Bonnie dies?
And then what?
They make her a clone with
Okay.
a Vegapunk using
Okay.
his memories, bro.
Yeah.
But like when she dies, he has a rage moment and
Yeah,
becomes
and
a
the
tyrant king.
That's what I was
Ah.
getting at too. Yeah, you finished my train of
Bars.
thought.
That's why you guys are on the same couch.
Yeah. I don't want to be here.
Are you slapping? Heard it here first.
Go ahead. Move over.
Yeah.
You move
Are
over
you
that
slapping
couch.
heard it here
Go ahead,
first?
move over there. That's fine.
Especially from last pod.
I got
Alright,
you.
fine.
I got
Just
you.
be over there,
I'll take
that's
care of
fine.
you. I'll take care of you.
Anyways, Attack on Titan.
Oh, we're in Attack on Titan now?
Yeah.
Shit. I mean,
I'm unsatisfied.
honestly, like
with
I
where you're sitting in the couch, or
no, never, bro.
Yo, he holds me tighter.
Yeah.
He wouldn't let me go. He's like, no, stay.
Yo, honestly, like I had Attack on Titan at like a 6.5 after reading the manga and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's like maybe like a 7.58.
I do feel like I need to rewatch it in its entirety to see
There's-
just to see how it sits because of like the breaks and the pauses and everything.
The anime definitely did a better job than the manga did, though. And
Okay.
and like they allowed him to like fix certain things,
Yeah.
and like it was literally just those little things like fixing the dialogue
Mm-hmm.
and fixing like the context of some scenes that it just made the ending hit harder.
Like what? Like, let's give us.
Like
let's
the
give,
the one when Armin and Aaron are talking,
Yeah.
and they have blood as like the river underneath them.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't look like blood in the manga. It literally is just water. Like everyone thinks it's like a river of just they're just looking out on like the ocean or
Ocean.
something.
Yeah.
So like having that river of blood, it's like they, they're taking that like on themselves, like the amount of people that they killed and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it even goes to show like, and when Armin says like, "Oh, we'll go to like hell together,"
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't say that in the manga,
Mm-hmm.
right? But that changes like the way you look at his character because he
Ride or
feels like
die.
Aaron's sin is also his sin,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and it changes the way you feel about him.
There was a manga panel that I saw people were like I guess talking about that wasn't adapted. So I didn't
Yeah.
read the manga, but it was a panel of like when the rumblings happening and they're holding up the baby.
Yeah.
right? So in the
and the way
manga,
they're passing it along in the anime, trying to like.
in the manga, it looks like they're sacrificing the baby.
Yeah, it looks totally different.
And in the anime, it looks like they're just
saving
trying to save
because the
baby.
manga only shows like they only really show a panel to it. Or
Yeah,
two
yeah.
panels.
But people were saying they preferred the manga, like the sacrifice, than to the attempting to save.
Well, the sacrifice didn't make sense though.
Yeah, like why are you sacrificing?
Because you're all dying anyways. What are you
Yeah.
sacrificing?
But it's
really?
like, like you're in a point of like
maybe you'll get saved.
yeah,
if you
you
sacrifice it.
like it's like
It didn't make sense.
It boils down to like human instincts. Like back in the day they used to sacrifice like people to like a greater unstoppable force. This is a greater unstoppable force, and they're thinking, if I sacrifice this, then now I can survive.
like,
you know what I mean? Like it boils humanity down to its
looks,
base instinct, right?
But then it would look more like they're seeing Eren as God and they're sacrificing it to God.
Yeah, yeah.
But
like
these
it wasn't.
these are Marlians, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they've had a whole issue with Paradise and like Titans.
They have, but they
so they wouldn't even believe that these guys are gods. They think they're devils. Actually,
I know, but they're getting
there's like a whole
sacrifice it to the devil. There you go. It works even better.
Not really.
What do you mean? That's blood sacrifice and all that shit. Like, come on.
No, like I don't
really?
know. Cause I think like them trying to save, like they have like whatever hope they have left. They're trying to save what they can, and they're trying to save this baby.
Yeah.
And it's like the last struggles of humanity, and that's like
okay.
And that's what
shows
the author was really trying to show though.
Yeah.
Like he I don't know if you guys saw, but in one of his interviews, his whole theme for what Attack on Titan is supposed to show is that like even in like I guess like dire moments or just not like in like war times or just whatever, like when you feel like there's no hope or anything, like if you look around, like that's you do have hope, like you have happiness, like you can find peace in like the little things.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be, that was like his overall theme.
But he was also saying, like, I thought you were telling me.
I don't know if one baby is gonna be peaceful.
No, so that's the thing. So like
people that are
but it's like the optimism of like, okay, like let's save this baby.
I guess,
so like,
but it's one baby versus a whole thing of humans.
So I think like what his theme was like, and with Attack on Titan, like that's awesome. I think his execution is where he lagged.
Horrendous.
And like that's when like I've had multiple discussions about Attack on Titan, trying to like really figure out like why people like it so much and like whatever.
It's been the execution.
And I think the execution it's terrible.
It's been like since season. I would say
at the end of season 3.
At the end of season 3.
Even season 3.
At the end of season 3.
Even season 3. Yeah, season 3, season 4, execution's been like terrible.
It's just been going downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, do you guys want to elaborate on the execution? Like, what you guys thought was bad?
Some things felt forced. I don't like Levi should have died.
So
The like point blank range when like that thunder spear gets triggered by Zeke,
and Zeke transforms. So it's a double.
So he should like
it's a double.
Like, I get that Ackermans are like a little bit stronger or whatever.
Yeah.
But when they show the flashback and you have these guys on Marley, bro, these guys are half the height of a regular human. Like if you looked at them, they look like kids, bro. Like I know Levi's a little bit older than like Eren guys, but he's still short and stumpy. Like these are small people compared to Marlians.
Yeah.
And like I was just looking at the size difference. I was like, I get that he's stronger, but like the Thunder Spear should have just murked him.
Yeah, no,
I don't care.
And at least he shouldn't have been moving the way he was moving.
He shouldn't have even been in the final sequence at all. I can understand him like
if he was gonna be in the final sequence, like if he was gonna be in this final chapter, they should have just kept him at like full HP type of shit.
Yeah.
Like it makes no sense to like handicap him and then still have him moving the way he's moving.
He had like no fingers left. I don't even know how he's
He had 2 fingers left.
I don't know how he's holding whatever.
So he was holding it with one finger and hitting the trigger with the other or some shit.
I don't know. That's and I guess because Levi's like a fan favorite, it's hard to kill him off.
It is.
But like when you have an anime that's constantly killing off characters,
that was the other
why
thing.
couldn't you just kill him off?
Exactly.
That was the other thing about like the whole final chapter is like, like I know that Eren's whole purpose was to like make sure his friends survive.
Yeah.
But the fact that these guys are going through as much as they were going through and just surviving.
That's the thing. Like he I feel like if like they knew his intention was he's just putting it on for show.
Yeah.
To have these guys as be like the heroes for everyone.
Yeah.
And like army, like, everyone they catch onto this before they even start that final fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then he didn't have to push them that far. He could have really shown that like okay, like he's way stronger than them.
Yeah.
And then just like let them like
defeat him.
But that was also like Ymir, right?
Sorry?
Like they also depicted that like it was also Ymir that was like somehow
like part of it.
Yeah.
I think Ymir's the one who gave him access to like all those Titans, like that power.
Yeah.
The power.
So that's why, so she was sitting there watching it all.
Yeah, but she also like I guess influenced him.
Influenced him. Yeah,
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like that's what they were trying to say in like the episode, which is why it was as hard as it was. But again, my point still stands. It was like they were going through and like the dude just like starts flying. It's like
Falco, right?
Yeah.
He's the only Titan to ever evolve. They don't show us any other Titan to evolve, just to serve the plot, right?
No, the plot. That's what I'm saying.
And like I didn't like that either, because like had they shown that earlier, because like they have Berthold.
Yeah,
his colossal Titan. they have
what was One Piece again?
they have his colossal Titan.
Yeah.
And now Armin has it, right?
Yeah.
They don't show any change in structure. It's the same thing.
It's the same. Yeah.
And if they were gonna show like a difference from
His
like
hair.
as it passes on, like people get stronger with the Titan.
Sorry. Yeah.
Like why wouldn't they have shown it with him?
Yeah.
Right? Like the Falco one, it really just got forced upon. It's like, oh, he had a dream about it. And shit.
Yeah, he's like, yo, I had his memories, but it wasn't really his memory. It was like a dream, but it was also
Like, I
his
felt like I was
memories, and I was like
flying.
flying, but
Yeah.
like it didn't feel like
And-
I was
and
flying. I was
and
flying.
that's his first Titan transformation. And right before that, they're like, yo, I think they're like, he's like debating whether he should go into his transformation, and they're like, yo, the first time you go into your transformation, it never goes well.
Yeah.
This guy's fucking flying, just chilling, just doing
Full
his thing,
control,
getting
everything,
everything.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I don't know.
I know that's what I'm saying.
That-
It's like
like-
everything just kind of served their plot to further this group of people that Aaron's trying to save. It felt very forceful, like
Yeah.
you were
That's
saying
what I mean,
earlier,
like, yo,
and it just doesn't make sense. Like,
all of season 3 and season like parts of season 4, it was literally just the author just force feeding you exposition.
yeah.
Like, yo, this is happening, and now the plot's moving forward. This is happening, this is happening, now the plot's moving forward.
Like,
Yeah,
I can like understand that for like being the style for the anime. Like that's like like whatever.
Okay.
But just like the execution from point A to point B.
Yeah.
That shit's just not. It's not. It doesn't make sense, right? And that's the issue.
Also, like I was like the reason why Attack on Titan intrigued me in the first place was like the mystery.
Yeah.
Like explain everything, bro.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And everything was explained poorly.
Yeah.
So bad.
I agree.
Like, bro, Ymir got fucking god powers.
Yeah.
She was a slave, got god powers. She's like, yo, let me go back and be a slave.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
fucking
She,
dumb?
no, well, she was in
'Cause
love.
of
She was in
love.
love with the king. Or
Are
some
you
shit.
dumb?
But
bro?
that like come on.
But also, so here's the other thing. Like, she got this contract with the devil to like Titans, right?
It wasn't a. It was like a thing.
Whatever it
a
was.
thingamajig.
But why hasn't anyone else been able to do anything similar?
Similar, exactly.
Why is she the
there
only
should
one?
be more. Why is she the only one? But they
Yeah.
say it's like from. Don't they say it's like from a world tree, like from like a
I don't even know.
like the earth.
like what
had
happened
some
to the
tree,
tree, like
some
how-
tree,
the tree
yeah.
spawned it, and because it's like
But
the
isn't
world
that
tree
people
or
were
some
saying
shit. I don't
that
know.
same tree is the same tree that like they buried Aaron at the
Aaron,
end?
yeah.
At the end,
So
I don't
it's
know.
not like
That's
the
what
And
they're
tree's
like
saying.
been
that
gone
at the
then.
end of the not the movie, but the episode, you see
episode.
somebody with the dog finding
Finding
the
that tree. Yeah.
So it's not like the tree was destroyed after Ymir.
So like that's the other thing why I have an issue is because a lot of the way Attack on Titan's plot started moving forward was essentially in mirror of this guy.
kind of.
Kind of.
It was
So,
attempting to do what
spoilers-
he was trying to do.
Spoilers for Code
again.
Geass. If you have not seen Code
Sure.
Geass,
Fuck eh.
What?
I don't want to spoil this.
No. I'm
That's
just
crazy.
gonna like I already said.
Just go.
So essentially, what happens in Code Geass is this guy kills himself basically to murder
Yeah.
to basically save humanity
Yeah.
and like the world
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
free them of like whatever.
like yeah.
Essentially, Aaron's doing the same thing, but only specifically for his one friend group and just make sure that their lifetime is good,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is again bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But like I like that they
He wiped out 80% of humanity
Yeah.
to make sure his friend group of what less than 10
like-
people
like,
survive.
I'm not gonna lie. I can kind of understand Aaron's character because he's a flawed character. He's a main character that's flawed.
Yeah,
And like
for sure.
understanding that he's flawed, like he knows that he can do shit another way, but because he really just cares about his friends, it was really just a way to like let the writer just be like, okay, like Aaron can do whatever he wants and it'll make sense even if there's other countless possibilities that make more sense, that are more logical.
Yeah.
Because like if you can like influence the future and the past, like you should be able to work the timeline in a way
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
works out like
No,
perfectly
100%.
the way you want it,
100%,
right?
Yeah.
100%.
And like he wasn't able to do that, and he was
No.
like, and then he says like, oh, like he's like talking to Armin, he's crying, and he's like, oh, like it's because I'm a dumbass. But like
Yeah.
from
like-
season 3 to now, like the end of season 3 when he touches
Yeah.
Historia's hand,
Yeah.
he was able to orchestrate all this shit. He's not dumb.
He's
Yeah.
not dumb.
He's
Yeah.
not dumb. So
No.
like he's just calling himself a dumbass, like you know, like like he doesn't know any better. But like,
yeah,
again,
but he
that
does know
doesn't make
better.
sense.
But he does know
Yeah.
better.
But
Yeah.
again, that doesn't make sense.
It's just a
It
cop
does.
out.
It's a cop out.
It's a cop out.
So then that's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say is like, with like a character that is trying to do something in an essence of what this character was trying to do,
Yeah.
and is completely fail. Like we see at the ending, war didn't stop. We
Yeah.
saw a whole city get destroyed.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I know that it was like essentially to make it in his friends' lifetimes that it's like peaceful.
And that's all he cared about. But yeah.
But to me, that doesn't make sense. That's not worth 80% of humanity and
that's the other thing.
whatnot.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
like when Zeke talks to Ymir, he wants to change the makeup of Eldian so
Yeah,
that they can.
That makes way more sense.
So and that does make more sense. So
Yeah,
that they
like,
can't
you
get
wanted to
pregnant and stuff, right?
euthanize them.
Euthanize
But
them,
but here's the thing: if they can change the makeup, and now Eren has that ability, Eren could have made all the Eldians like way stronger. Like just turn them
turn them all into Titans?
like just like their body, their build. He can do whatever he wants. He can rewrite
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
He can do whatever the fuck he
yeah.
wants with it. He can make them
all
stronger
armored.
and make it so like war is really not an issue. Like nobody's gonna fight them as long
Yeah.
as they're staying on their island. Nobody's gonna come at them.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
He can do so many things with that, right? So
That's
like
true.
that didn't make sense to me. And he could have, if he really wanted to, he could have got rid of all the Titan powers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If that was the issue to begin with, and why people were really going after them
Mhm.
was because of the Titan powers. Get rid of the Titan
And then
powers,
destroy the tree.
and you're good.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying is like there's like so many little.
Wasn't it like though?
And that's just like
did
saves
you-
his friends' lives
did
in the
you
way that
say-
he wanted
did
to.
you say
for
that
sure.
Which
like
is,
the creator had said that everyone's a slave to something? Was that we were having this conversation, right?
no,
How like
it,
one
it,
of the themes of
it was saying how like no, it was Eren saying how he was a slave to freedom because him and Armin were talking.
right, my fault.
Which,
my fault.
but it makes sense because
It does not.
he's saying he's a slave to the pursuit of freedom. Like he was so,
He didn't pursue freedom.
but like the way they're saying is like he was so like infatuated with trying to get freedom for him and his friends
Yeah,
that he kind of like got like he didn't care about a life for himself
yeah.
and he just kind of focused on
But
this goal and he kept going through like iterations of like I guess like look like the same way Doctor Strange looks at the future and shit.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he's kind of looking through shit and he's trying to figure out the best possible way that he can
But it
get
should have been
freedom
he's
for
a
him.
slave to his desire, not
Yeah.
freedom.
Yeah,
Because his
yeah.
desire is
and
freedom.
that's the dialogue issue, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that goes down to like the execution again.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
yeah.
like part of me is like it's like props to the like author for getting that chance to fix what he kind of fucked up in the manga,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time it's like the manga is like his like that's what's canon, like that's what he wrote,
Yeah.
so it kind of like speaks to his writing ability
Yeah.
that like he had to go back and fix
but
it, and
I
it's like
think didn't he purposely choose 139 chapters because 139
Yeah.
means
and like, he might have constrained himself
like
to that.
not freedom or some shit.
So 140, like the number in numerology is
Yeah.
like it means like like reaching freedom, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And he wanted to show that like Eren like
doesn't reach
reach freedom.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is cool, and I like the way that he played that. For
Yeah, yeah. No, that is
numbers
really
and
cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
But like, he can still have everything play out the way it played out. He really just has to change the dialogue and change like the scenes. Like it's not like he needs more,
Yeah.
right? The story's good at like where it ended. He just needs to change certain scenes. Like with the Levi thing, if you had Levi die when Zeke was like blowing up,
Yeah.
you could have had Levi be like, "Oh, like I see what's happening now," right? And you wouldn't understand what the fuck he's saying until after at the end where Eren gives everyone his memories back,
Yeah.
and then it shows you that like Eren realized that Levi was gonna die then,
Mm-hmm.
and he
Oh, yeah.
showed Levi a future
where he
of
where
like what
everyone-
happened after
Yeah,
the
yeah.
rumbling and
that would've
shit.
been sick.
And Levi has like
That
a
would've been
like
sick.
yeah,
That would have been sick.
and then he would have been at peace and he would have
Yeah.
realized like what his whole plan was.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that would have been better instead of just like shoehorning everything in like at the
Yeah.
end.
That's true.
So
But I mean,
It's a lot to fill in one chapter.
What about the
right?
relationship with Mikasa and Eren?
I fucking hate it. Mikasa's a fucking Sakura 2.0, bro.
What?
Yeah, dude. Her whole character is just like her being in love with Eren, and like
That
if
oh,
Eren's
yeah,
like Sasuke
and
and Sakura's just fucking following behind him, like it's like the same thing, you know? And like I had such a
I
like
guess.
where they showed Mikasa's as like a bodyguard from season 1 to season 2 because Eren doesn't know how to fight.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was gonna grow into like a strong woman,
Yeah.
but then like you realize how like she's so fucking fragile
Yeah.
when Eren bullshits his way at that coffee table,
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
and it's like, oh yeah, like you only care about me because of this and that. But like
Yeah.
I do like the conversation he had with Zeke though that they showed through like the I guess like the time skip and stuff
Mm-hmm.
where he's like Eren doesn't feel like he deserves to be loved and he's trying to figure out reasons as to like why Mikasa cares for him so much and he's like making shit up like that just like to serve that purpose.
Yeah. Like he's trying to rationalize.
He's trying to rationalize it. Like
yeah,
he like nobody could just love him just to love him, right?
Yeah.
Which like I understand. Like Aaron's character is actually like pretty good in that sense, where like you can see that it's flawed, and that makes and I like that's fine because like.
But so do you think other people like don't like this series because he's flawed? They're like, oh yeah, he's flawed. He didn't do things the way they expected him to do things, and like that's kind of
that might be where a lot of the hate starts from.
But thing is, like, that's a good thing though. Like it's a good thing that he didn't act the way you wanted him to act, right? Because it's like that's how people are.
Which is
right.
why.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
For Isayama, right?
That's why I like bumped it up from a 6.5 to like a 7.5 or 8.
Yeah.
Is because like certain things he did really well, like Aaron's character, Zeke's character, and Reiner's character. He did like really well, but then like certain things like the execution of the story and like Mikasa and like fucking Connie and like all these other fucking characters are just kind of like Gabby was sick too as like a parallel to Aaron.
Okay.
For a good section of it, right?
Season 4. Yeah. That's true.
So like certain things like that, like he did really well. So it's not like the whole thing's complete shit, but like I'm happy that like he didn't try to follow in Lelouch's footsteps, because I feel like had he tried to do that, a lot of people just would have been like, okay, this is just.
But it seems like he sort of did.
He did.
He kind of did, but like I like that.
But then he tried to put a twist on it, and that twist doesn't.
Yeah, I feel like he found out. Like he did that later,
he, like,
where he
twisted the wrong way.
He twisted. Yeah, you got
twisted the wrong way. Twisted the wrong way.
You want this way? You gotta go this way.
That's the best way to say it.
Yeah.
Because like if you know that he's flawed, like work it in a way that
plays into his flaw.
It plays into it, because like having like Lelouch couldn't see the future, right?
Yeah, he couldn't.
It makes more sense for Lelouch to be flawed because he's doing what he thinks is right. But when you have accessibility to the past and future,
that's true.
You're like you're omnipresent.
Yeah, you can.
You're omnipresent.
Exactly.
So like you can at any time you can do whatever the fuck you want as many times as you want.
Yeah,
you're telling me there's not a conclusion that you can reach.
So then no, but his character shouldn't have been flawed.
Right? That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't have been. But he was saying like
that's where my point is like coming from. Why I don't like the ending because of the way it went. Because of those facts.
Yeah.
Like
he shouldn't be flawed.
He shouldn't be,
because he should have been able to go through each of those iterations and like work on each thing that like didn't work out and like fix it until it like worked, right?
Yeah.
But like, I was seeing that like an explanation of how his powers work for the past.
Yeah.
Which kind of helps explain like the extent to how far back he can really influence.
Yeah.
Because
he influenced till before he was born.
No, because so like
we know that much because the meme with his dad.
But this is what he's doing though.
Yeah.
With his. Like it's kind of weird, but with his powers, when he talks to Zeke, he's like, "Yo, thank you for bringing me to show me these memories."
Yeah.
The reason why he's saying that is because Zeke showed him the memories. What Aaron did was he sent those memories of them looking at Grisha, and he sent them to Grisha back in the past. So he just had that memory come into him. Like he can't directly influence the past. He's sending.
How did he send it back to Grisha?
He said, like he's sending memories. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. They don't explain it,
right.
But he's sending memories from like his present time of like who. Like,
no, but
who's explaining this?
This is like I just
fan theory.
Like it's like a fan thing.
Thing.
Is it a theory or is it facts?
I don't know if I don't think it's facts, but he's saying this is how.
No, because
this is how it influences the past, and this makes it kind of makes sense to me though.
No, because you know the meme that I'm talking about, where like Aaron's looking at his dad.
And he's like, do it.
He's like, kill them all.
Yeah.
So how is that a memory?
Like, no. So basically, like when Zeke and him are in the tree thing, the path.
Yeah.
And they're talking to each other, and they're seeing like Grisha like go through like like whatever.
Right.
And they're standing there.
Yeah.
Up until the point that like if they didn't stand there.
Yeah.
Grisha like that future wouldn't have happened, of them standing there, because them standing there when that happened, Aaron sends that memory of them standing there looking at Grisha back to Grisha when he was like asleep at the coffee table, like when he was about to like leave.
Yeah.
And you know when like Grisha turns to the side and he's like, I gotta give you this key to Aaron when he's a kid.
Yeah.
He's looking dead into like adult Aaron's eyes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's because he sent that memory back to him, and he's like realizing that like, oh, like he's standing right in front of me. And then he even talks to Zeke, he's like a bearded guy, and he's like, oh, Zeke, like, is this you?
Oh, like basically he's overlapping the past and the present, so that the people in the past see the people in the present.
Yeah.
And they're like,
they're getting the memory.
But that's like Grisha had to just assume all that, like somehow know all that.
Well, because
know that that's what that is.
Because the past and like because he's like omnipresent, it kind of like it's like a closed loop, like the way the time works or something. It's like it's kind of weird.
Okay.
So like that's how like Grisha was originally like that's what made him think like, oh, I got to give Aaron the Attack Titan powers, because of where of the memories that Eren was feeding him, Grisha thought that was the answer. So it's like he's influencing people through the memories that he's sending back.
But that means he like basically he wrote this entire like Eren influenced the entire story to this point.
Yeah.
So then like everyone who died is all on him.
Yeah.
No, it is on him. Yeah. And then, but looking at the theme that the author wanted of, I guess, like the hope and like the little things and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess you could sum that up in Sasha's character, because for the longest time, I didn't give a fuck about Sasha or like her character or anything. It was just like she was just so random. Yeah. But like the way she felt about eating like food,
potatoes. Yeah.
It kind of goes into exactly what he was trying to show, but he didn't really show that throughout the like. You don't get that theme like when you're watching it. You don't see that.
You don't get it from all the other characters either. Like
anything,
because like hers was food. You could have done somebody else with some other little thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so on and so forth. Like yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. I'm gonna reread Attack on Titan though.
I'm gonna rewatch it all.
Yo, so you
Just
haven't read manga?
No, I haven't.
Not at all.
So what's your opinions on this?
You didn't like the ending either.
I have.
Wait,
he kind of did.
I kind of did. I was kind of like agreeing with what you guys were saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He was agreeing with it, yeah. Because like I know everyone was a lot of anime onlys.
What do you rate it? 7?
Like a 7.
A lot of anime onlys were saying like, "Oh, I can't believe this is the ending that manga guys
like getting
hated."
mad at? Yeah, because I was seeing that on Twitter too.
And I was like, bro, like you guys don't like it's literally the execution was the issue, right?
Yeah.
And like the anime allowed like scenes to breathe and like it didn't just feel rushed or anything. So and also, bro.
But the animation was nice when Levi was popping off.
Animation was nice at times, but certain things were like didn't make sense either because like the way these guys were going back and forth into their Titan forms, it was like aren't they supposed to be like exhausted and not be like
yeah.
So like certain things were just kind of like being
forced.
forced.
I mean, yo, you can't even like when I got this deep into the story, I was like I can't even like nitpick anything at this point because
shit's just happening.
Shit's just happening.
and you
just gotta take it because they're not gonna explain shit. Because like there's the whole thing about Titan shifters can only live for like 9 years or some shit.
Yeah.
And then Eren just has multiple Titans inside of him, and he's like fucking living like forever long. Because he's had his Titan power since he's a little kid.
Yeah.
So he should have died like way before.
It's a 4-year time skip between season 3 and 4.
No,
as well.
Like he's had his Titan power since he's a little kid.
Really?
Yeah. Because remember his dad.
They gave him founder Titan powers as a kid. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
like,
really?
So he had the power since he's a little kid.
I thought he activated them in season 1.
But he still had them.
Oh.
So like the thing is, they had said that a Titan shifter, like this was never clarified, right? So a lot of people were talking about this, like Titan shifters only live for like I think 9 years or something.
Okay.
Right. I don't know if that's the right number. I could be wrong. But and then it was like, what if they don't use their powers the entire time? Then do they stay alive however long? Yeah. Or is it because they use their powers, it strains their body and that's why they die? Mm-hmm. Right. This was never clarified by the author, so like we don't know. But if it's like once they get the powers, it's 9 years, then everything's out of skew in terms of Eren and everything. And then 2, if you're using the powers, it kills you. Bro, Buddy had multiple Titan shifter powers inside of him, was using all of them separately.
From the beginning of season 4.
No, that's what I mean. And so but that
like with the crystallization,
everything,
Titan
but I mean,
he's had multiple.
Season 4 was like a couple of months.
I don't know.
Right?
Like,
so it makes sense that he would just like burn out at the end of season 4 and just die, right?
That's true.
Yeah, and then there was the whole.
I don't like that Mikasa kissed his dead body, like decapitated.
There was.
I'm sorry, that's fucking weird, bro. Like I get that, like it's like playing into like how much she loves him, like, I guess, but like, nah, that's fucking weird.
That is weird. There was also the whole like royal blood thing that I had an issue with. Whereas all of season 3, right? They're like fucking hammering home the point, like, yo, you need to have royal Eldian blood to be able to use the founding Titans' powers and shit, right? And you're like, okay, word. Like, clearly something differentiates royal Eldian blood from regular Eldian blood.
I think it's the concentration.
No, it's nothing. It's fucking nothing. So the reason why I'm saying that is because Ymir, right? She has her Titan powers.
Yeah.
She dies. Yeah. Her kids eat her body.
Yeah, and every kid eats each other's like they're constantly eating each other's bodies.
Yeah. And that means, and the thing is, like they you know that like subspace in their mind where they see like that
the path,
like, the path. Yeah. Like originally it was 1, then it diverged to 3, and then so on and so forth as her like body
she was like the start of Eldians.
Yeah, as their shit got diluted, right? So then it was like, bro, like if royal blood people were the only ones that could see that subspace, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But then Eren is able to talk to all of them in that subspace
Yeah.
at
All
the
of
fucking
them.
same time.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
like, so
That makes sense.
all of season 3 is just invalidated because like why the fuck were they even struggling for this royal blood shit when you're just all fucking Eldians?
Yeah, I think it goes to a concentration thing though.
Yeah, I know.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like,
You're
what the
right,
fuck
but
is
like
that?
he didn't explain it, which kind of sucks. But it's
No, and
it's a constant because like the blood is just there.
but with a manga like this, like he was
Yeah.
explaining shit
Yeah.
at one point. You know what I
He
mean?
needs-
So
yeah.
so it was like what, like for example, like shit happens in another anime or manga you're reading, and the author doesn't explain shit in general. You're like, okay, I can
Yeah.
take this because they don't do this.
Yeah, yeah.
But when he's literally
Yeah.
force feeding you explanations in
Yeah.
fucking season 2, season 3, and then you're like, yo, you can't fucking give me more now? What the fuck? like when I need it, you're not giving it to me, and when I don't want it, you're forcing it down my throat. Like, bro.
No, that's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts. Like,
Alright.
and that goes to like why it can be rated so poorly
Yeah.
when you're talking about like because like no manga is like you're not gonna rate it the same way off the same parameters,
Mhm.
right? Like we're watching
Mhm.
Dragon Ball Z for like the fucking fights.
Yeah.
We know that the story is not
Mhm.
really there, and they're not gonna
Mhm.
explain shit. But
Mhm.
like that can't translate to Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan's not like the fights are cool, but they're not Dragon Ball Z
no,
level.
100%.
And then the whole thing about Attack on Titan is the story. You want to
Yeah.
see this
Yeah.
progression.
Yeah.
You're with the
Plot,
characters.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need to lean hard into like the
100%.
character development. You,
have
need to lean hard into like
And but he
their mentality, what they're thinking,
Yeah.
and like, bro, that time skip from season 3 to season 4, with it being 4 years, literally like basically longer than season 1, 2, and 3 together. I feel like
Yeah.
there is no character progression, no development. You don't see anything. Like Mikasa cuts her hair. Armin's exactly the same. Aaron's the only one with noticeable differences
Yeah.
because he's the main character, I guess.
Yeah.
Connie and everyone else is literally the same character, and it's like, bro, you guys spent 4 years
Doing what?
like fucking just running, like riding around on their horses,
Yeah.
and like
Mhm.
didn't do shit and didn't like progress in any way for their
Yeah.
character. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
that's some BS.
That's true.
Anyways,
No, you're right.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's just a lot of good ideas, bad execution.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is.
because I'm not gonna hate on it totally. Like it's a 7.5 for a reason, because character like what they pulled off with Zeke in season 2, and the way Aaron's character is and Reiner's character.
Yeah.
That shit went crazy.
It's like that.
That
It's
shit
like
went
that
crazy.
horse meme, where like
Yeah.
it starts off really good and then it just
to shit.
turns
Yeah.
into a
Yeah.
shit horse.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those.
It's definitely one of those.
Cause remember when we were talking? This was a long time ago. Manga was
Like
still
when it
going,
first- yeah.
anime was still going, and we were talking about it on Instagram chat. We were like, "Yo, the way this is going in the manga, it's going downwards."
Yeah.
like we fucking called that shit.
Called
a
it
long
earlier.
time ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So like it's genuinely that horse thing where it starts
Yeah.
off really good and then it just drops, and this one nosedived.
You know what's crazy
Yeah.
though? I was like one of my classmates
Fuck.
they're watching the episode,
Yeah.
and like like I understand like hating on Attack on Titan, like being a manga reader and stuff, but anime only is like totally different, right?
Yeah.
And then but she's sitting there and she's like, yo, that didn't make sense, that doesn't make, and this is like her number one anime of all time,
Mm-hmm.
and like for her to catch on to like things that aren't making sense and that still being like your favorite anime,
Yeah.
like I was like, okay, like it's not just like us just like
Being overly critical.
Overly critical about
overly
it, yeah.
analytical. Yeah. Like other people are noticing these
like
things.
for you
too.
don't yeah
Yeah.
and it's like shit that like that should make sense,
Mhm.
you know.
It's like one of those things when it's your favorite anime, you're gonna try to justify it.
Yeah, well,
by
that's the
all
thing. 'Cause I was like,
means, right?
that's the issue I was having was like, okay, I do have favorite anime that aren't really like they're my top 10.
Yeah.
They might not be like 10 out of 10s, like 7 out of 10s, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not sitting there justifying it.
Yeah.
Like I guess you have that little bit of bias, but you like try not to at least.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
I also found the funniest shit was like so like there's like the manga readers that like when the final chapter or like the final 3 chapters I want to say were coming out, and like how we would always hear like Isayama's like foreshadowing,
Yeah.
and I was talking to one of like my buddies who was like one of those like, yo, Isayama's foreshadowing, they're no top tier. Final chapter drops, he's like, yo bro, he foreshadowed this like this chapter ago. Like at that point, is that a foreshadow?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
follow through on it. Is it a foreshadow, or was it
Yeah.
just like your head
Yo,
canon
that's
creating some
the
shit?
that's the other thing. So like, I think in chapter 1 he did have a foreshadow with Aaron guys like running to the tree or something when
Yeah.
they're kids.
Yeah. As
and
little
then,
kids,
and then,
they did.
and then having it, like, and then manga they
Yeah.
have it in chapter 1 and then at the end.
Yeah.
But in the anime, they don't show that in the first episode. They show that like running to the tree thing again, in the special episode, like not the last one, but the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The first special episode they dropped
don't
last year.
Don't they show it in the first season? I swear they show it in the first
so in
season.
the manga they show it. Yeah, because
I remember rewatching the first season. The first episode of the first season, mad long ago, right? Like 2020, 2021, and it was just the first season. And in the first season, Aaron's sitting there on the tree, and it's all the events of everything just running through his head.
No, okay. That's not in season 1.
That's the first episode of season 1. Everything's just it's like
a
whole like flash of shit, and as a viewer, you're like, "What the fuck is this?" Right? But then when you like other people I was watching with, they're like, "Yeah, what the fuck is that?" But I was like, "Oh fuck, this is actually like everything that's gonna happen."
Okay,
yeah,
I gotta see that again. But like I'm saying,
but it's like so quick. And
but
you
I'm
don't
saying
see
them
everything.
running to the tree like itself.
Yeah.
Like them actually running to the tree, like that was some or like
I swear
it might not have been them running to the tree.
Maybe.
It could also been when Mikasa's crying.
Yeah.
And then Aaron's the one crying, and then they have that like parallel, like, oh, like why are you crying?
Yeah.
It's like that one too. So like they show that again in the first special episode, which I didn't like because if you're gonna do this foreshadowing, you're not gonna throw it in front of somebody's face again.
Have you met Isayama?
I
Have you seen his writing? He doesn't let you think of anything yourself.
But that's what I'm.
He's like, let me fucking.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
shove it down your throat.
I was looking at like I didn't get to watch the episode till I think it was like a week after it aired.
Yeah.
So I was seeing like everyone like drawing all these parallels and things like before, right? So I thought people were going back to watch the season again, and they were connecting it. But then when I got to watching the episode, I saw that like that's literally like the first like the intro into the episode.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, like you don't even let people to go allow people to go back and be like, oh, that's foreshadowing.
Yeah.
It was just like again thrown in front of you, like okay, like this is what I'm gonna connect to this later. Like you'll see it. Yeah. I didn't like that. And that's I guess that's like the best way to say that he spoon feeds you.
That's literally
because it's literally like yeah. Anyways,
moving on to something better.
Vinland Saga, the manga.
Yeah,
this chapter dropped a while ago, but we just didn't get to it.
Totally.
I mean, we talked about how Thorfinn's gonna leave.
Yeah,
because he doesn't want war. Before this even it came to this.
Yeah.
But now that we're seeing what's happening, like what happened at the end of, or I guess throughout the chapter, where these guys are basically killing people from Thorfinn's village.
So they attacked a house, right?
Yeah.
That
Cornelia,
Thorkel's daughter.
Yeah, her name's Cornelia.
I don't. Yeah, that she sees.
Thorfinn's daughter?
Thorkel.
No, Thorkel.
Thorfinn.
Fucking
the
monster, the beast, the giant.
I know.
The behemoth.
Yeah.
She sees like them burn down.
Yeah.
A house.
They're looking for a sword.
And they stabbed the girl. Like they murked out the husband and wife in there.
Yeah.
Crazy. I was like, man, like this is wild. Like
it's like tensions are starting to get high between.
It's way too high, bro.
Thorfinn and Einar, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because they're having like a.
Einar doesn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Man, I'm like hating Einar at the same time, like right now, just because he does like he feels like Thorfinn's not feeling what he's feeling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, like, man, you're pussy. Like, shut up. Man. Like,
well, because he was like, yo, you're just focusing on your vow and you don't care about everything.
But Thorfinn literally fucking dropped some facts on him, and I was like, yeah, bitch, like, because he was just like, yo, you know, we're gonna be at war with these guys. Even if we stay in Vinland, we're gonna be in war with these guys the whole time.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be and then that's gonna be passed down to our kids.
Yeah.
That's no longer Vinland.
Yeah.
Which is literally facts. Like that's what you guys came here to set up was Vinland.
Yeah.
So if it's not gonna be Vinland, you might as well just go back and fucking be Vikings again.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's not the Saga, bro.
Yeah. You're whack.
Yeah.
No, but you're right.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, but it in terms of like the native people, it's kind of crazy that like we're seeing the kind of like the script flip.
Yeah.
In the sense that it's not like the Vikings or the Vinland people that are like going out and searching
war. They
war.
didn't expect Thorfinn to be like, yeah, I'm out. Like,
just
give me a bit to pack my things.
And like the house that they're targeting next is literally the house that Thorfinn's wife is literally giving birth in at the moment.
Which is fucked because now you're gonna see like Thorfinn's unborn or just born child potentially die.
Yeah.
Wife die.
So
and now you're gonna be like he. We gotta see a rage moment.
So in real life,
I hope we see a rage.
Spoilers for Vinland Saga.
In real life, they get off. Like the wife lives, kid lives, etc. So, but in this, I'm assuming what's gonna end up happening is,
they die.
They live.
Oh, you think they're gonna live?
I think they
You think it's
live.
gonna follow like real life?
I think it's gonna follow real life, but they're gonna lose. What's the girl's name?
Cornelia?
Cornelia.
Oh, she's gonna die protecting them.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I think though, after this point, because they already started attacking the villages and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Thorfinn, like this is gonna divide people that are with Thorfinn and like people that are against him.
Mm-hmm.
Because how is he gonna be able to justify just leaving peacefully?
Yeah.
Now that they've already like raided their house
And killed someone.
and killed people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So now,
Well, he can justify as like a retreat. No, like get out of here. We don't have any weapons. We're not made for war. They have one
I
weapon.
feel like
It's one sword.
I feel like it's gonna be a shift from the original story here. At least I hope it is.
Okay.
Because if they just go back and just like he, just dips and dies like on his own, there's like.
Well, like the thing is, at the end of this chapter, we saw one of the like indigenous people pull up with a bow.
Yeah.
So either he was pointing that at Thorfinn and Thorfinn dies here, he could.
Yeah.
Or he's pointing at Einar and Einar dies here. I mean, they could both survive.
Or Hild can save both of them.
Yeah, or Hild
because she's still hiding in
the bushes.
And
she's bush camping.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think I gotta see Thorfinn just have that rage moment
again.
Just like
but we don't.
We don't though. We don't need.
We don't need to. But I think
Viking.
Yeah, and that was enough, yo.
That was literally enough.
Maybe not have the rage moment, but maybe just. If he decides to leave, it's just him and his family that decides to leave, and everyone's against him, and they continue the war, and then everyone just like dies or some shit.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like, I gotta see something happening here. Like,
you just want, bro.
Here's what's gonna happen.
You just want tragic, bro.
No, here's
just
what's
go
gonna
reread
happen.
that One Piece chapter.
Here's what's gonna happen. Thorfinn and the Vinland crew are gonna get cornered. Knut's gonna come on his little ship with his like army and shit, and they're gonna save Thorfinn. Thorfinn won't have to lift a finger.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like,
and then Knut's gonna land, and he's like, "Yeah, this is Canada."
You're actually that one was not even funny. That was not even funny, bro.
That was funny. It was so bad. It was funny.
The other one was better. The other one was better.
No, you know when it's like so bad that it's funny?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I get that. That's fair. That we also haven't seen them. I guess connect Canute and Thorfinn.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where we thought the story was gonna go. So then, you think they're not gonna have that connection? Like Thorfinn's gonna go back and be like, "Hey, my way didn't work out."
Well,
and then I guess history just follows like Canute's way.
Well, maybe. Well, I mean, I also had like another thing where I was like, maybe they don't like go too far into history. It's like Thorfinn comes back.
Yeah.
And then you cut back to like Thorfinn and like Canute sitting at a table and they're like talking
and,
or some shit.
And talking about like I guess like the problems
and, like,
they
they're
face or
both
something.
like paths and like they somehow come to a conclusion or like a better path mentality and like that's kind of where it like ends. Like that's Vinland Saga or something.
That's fair.
But like it's not that way it's not necessarily diverting from history, but it's also not like tying in too much with
it's
history.
like open-ended.
It's open-ended.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because Vinland Saga is about like Vinland, right?
But
like it's about like that sort of peace. It's about that hope,
that idea.
So it's like, how do you
finishing
really
it off with that idea?
Yeah. So how do you really end that off? And like to me, that's like
because like
that makes sense.
That's way better.
That
Actually,
makes sense.
Because like how do you?
A lot of sense.
Because even today, like nobody's really got the keys to what actual peace looks like. Right. Like it's so hard to like everyone has their own definition of it and stuff. So I can understand that just having that conversation and then just leaving it as an open idea.
Yeah.
And then that's perfect for that.
It'd be great if it was like Canute, Thorfinn, and then just like a vestige of Askeladd.
Also his dad.
Yeah.
What? You just love Askeladd though.
Yeah.
And then also Canute's dad, like in the back. Like,
why?
Just to be the angry guy.
This bitch.
Just talking shit.
Put Thorkill's in there too.
Yeah, just like there.
Yeah.
Look at
He's there.
Okay.
Anyways,
I think, but if Thorfinn's if any of his kids die or whatever, then I feel he's got our rage then.
Sure.
If we like the next chapter, if we see like either his
what about all his character development that just goes out the window?
Yeah.
That's family though. That's like for him to just be like like I'm unfazed by it and be like,
Yeah.
let's just leave.
So you're saying it's okay for him to break his vow and then just kind of undo his
I don't
entire
think-
character arc that he had.
Not undo his like, fuck. He wouldn't have to kill people. Like him having a rage moment doesn't mean he has to kill people.
Yeah.
I just think like he needs like he very much keeps his emotions in check. Like
It's like in season 2 where he fights Snake.
he just keeps it in himself. Yeah, like he needs to be expressive. Is what I'm kind of getting at.
But the moral aspect is what you're saying. Like when he was fighting Snake, he thought that this was like,
He deserved it, kind of. No.
no, it was like
he thought he had nothing to live for, and then
Yeah.
he realized like there's actually like something like in him.
no.
Yeah.
I mean when he was protecting the big guy that was in the wagon,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Einhardt's husband.
Husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like because like this was after he made the vow where he's not gonna do any more fighting.
Yeah.
And then this is like him being like, okay, like in this circumstance, I can use fighting because of my kid died.
Mm-hmm.
Is what you're trying to say?
I guess because he says he's not fighting anymore or he's not killing anymore. What's the distinction he makes? Is that he's not fighting?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
'Cause- Okay, because if he's okay with fighting and just disarming people,
Yeah.
that'd be cool to see, and that's fine. But if his vow is like not to fight at all because he wants like
Mhm.
real peace,
Mm-hmm.
I just want him to be expressive, like like if he's like crying and shit, like the way when Hild forgave him
Mhm.
and you have him cry, like it just feels like he has so much like he keeps so much shit bottled up because he's the leader and he's trying to peacekeep that like we don't really get to see that.
But
as
that
much.
was bottled up because that was like in a sense of being free of his past.
Yeah, but I mean, like, but it's like this pressure of having like him making the decisions, being the leader, and having to make good on everyone's terms. It's like all that coming together, and then having his kid die, and like really being like basically that'd be like his realization that like Vinland can't be attained. That's what that would have been, and it'd be like a cry for that, basically.
Yeah, but then
Like,
that
this
just,
was-
but
this
then
was
that
always
like,
just
but then
something
that
that,
like
like-
leaves you in a state of like, yeah, it can never be attained, and then that his ending would never
But
happen.
Mhm.
he gets to leave, and then he goes and talks to Canute after, and then after that conversation, that back and forth, it like changed. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
you still have that go happen that way, right? Because like he can talk to Canute about his like defeat and how like
He lost everything.
and that's where it starts from, right? And he's like, it didn't go his way, and then when he talks to Canute about it, they realize a new way.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But like I feel like that's just like because it's in the sense of like a final arc type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
This would be like the final time that we see him in action.
Yeah.
That would kind of undo in a sense of what he's been kind of building up to as a character.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
Anyways, JJK anime.
Oh, wow.
We have 2 episodes to talk about.
A lot of problems going on, boys.
Bro, the episodes are sick.
Yeah, but we got a lot of background problems going on right now.
Do we want to talk about that right now?
Yeah.
Might as well
Can we
start.
talk about it after?
Start with the
Can we
bad
just talk
news.
about? Can we just talk about what you liked about the
Start with the
chap-
bad news.
We
episodes?
need the episodes good.
Episodes are sick, man.
But like let's talk about but that's only it's only good cuz these animators are doing like they have the best animators on it doing
I guess,
their
yeah.
job,
So what's
right?
happening with
Let's talk about
animators?
it.
Let's talk about it.
Well, I mean, their time constraints and schedules are so fucked right now that they're literally pushing out episodes a day of like release.
Yo,
Yeah, that's
And this
crazy.
shit does not make sense. Cause 2 year time, not time skip, but 2 year, 2 year gap,
Yeah.
2 year gap between first season coming out and
second
this.
season. Yeah.
They should have had this already
So-
done.
Yeah,
Which
supposedly
is- it doesn't make
the
sense.
production for Jujutsu Kaisen 0 like
Chapter
the movie
0,
was
4
4
months.
Yeah, that's fucked.
So that's like
Unreal.
yeah, that's fucked. And like
How did they get away with this? This is
I
worse.
don't
This is
know.
worse than the Spider-Man animators, like going through their bullshit. I feel like. Because they're probably not even getting paid as much either. Because at least Sony's got to
Yeah.
pay like some good money for their
yeah,
animators.
it's,
Maybe.
it's definitely worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and like you have now animators taking to Twitter or whatnot, and they're like,
Dude,
they're
like,
talking
broken,
mad
man.
shit about.
Yeah.
They feel like they're broken and they're like,
No,
bro,
Yeah.
They're
some of them
broken.
are like, yo, we're humans too.
Yeah, no,
like, you know what
that's
I
crazy.
mean?
That's a
'Cause-
wild line.
Like,
yeah.
like
holy shit.
they're sleeping in offices. They're not seeing their families.
Mhm.
Like you know, like those memes of like save them animators because they probably ain't seen their families in 3 weeks.
They're
It's happening.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
That
It's
is actually
happening.
True. Yeah.
They're not seeing their
Yo,
families for however
but-
many days. They're staying in offices. They're sleeping under their desks.
Here's what doesn't make sense to me though. If they're understaffed, like,
It's not they're understaffed.
Which right, because when Attack on Titan first like when they first said season 4 part 4 type of shit was released, we thought it was gonna be like a season and that they were gonna be animating Attack on Titan at the same time that they're animating JJK. But they just dropped a 1 hour special, right?
Yeah.
So what happened to all those people that were animating Attack on Titan? Why didn't they hop on the other projects and help them? Well, like, what is Mappa really animating now besides JJK?
No, it's different teams.
Aren't they doing Free Run too?
I don't know, but they're always picking up random animes.
They are, but I mean, it's like I thought it was a staffing issue. As why they're overworked.
Not at all staffing.
It's a scheduling issue.
Scheduling issue.
Like they just
purely scheduling.
They were like, yeah, we'll just pump this out when
it has nothing to do with the animators and the team that's working on it.
Yeah.
Because for one, like every anime has their own team.
Yeah.
Like even in
like they got the key animators,
Mappa, like they have their own animators. No, not just key animators. I mean even like the full team. The full team. Like it's a different team, right? So it's not that it's a staffing issue or like that they're understaffed, because they have the best animators working on this shit. Literally the best of the best. And that's the only reason episodes are looking decent to good or as good as they can.
Yeah.
Had their scheduling been proper with the names that are working on this anime, we would have had movie level.
Yeah, I mean,
feast.
The last two
feasting every single.
The last two
episode.
Episodes felt like movies.
No,
they had those, like when they did that like the black, like the wide angle, it felt like a movie.
Oh yeah, with like
easily.
But imagine what we could have gotten had their schedule been better. If they're doing
which doesn't make sense to me. Why
if they're able to put in this like they're making the episodes good enough to like release and look good.
Yeah.
Imagine what they would have been able to do, like had they. It's essentially like. They're not allowed to work at like full capacity,
dude.
They're
not even
rushing
their final
their
form, bro.
That's not their final form.
Yeah.
It's like
they're giving them a weekly schedule, basically how if this was a weekly anime.
Essentially,
right, when they should have all been done like prior to this even like releasing.
So like from what I understand, like anime production, or like at least the way season 1 was, at the point that we're at in the anime right now in terms of episode count, we should like the animator should be done up to like episode 20 or like near the end.
Yeah, they should be. They start working,
but they're not. This episode was finished a day or the day of.
The day of, yeah. Because even the last episode was 2 days before, and it just seems like it's getting worse. And maybe next episode we might not even get it on time.
Exactly, and that's because a lot of these animators took to Twitter and they were talking mad shit about Mappa. They were talking about like, yo, when you leave today, drop your key cards, don't come back. Like, there's a possibility. I know people are saying that like there isn't a possibility because these guys are like for whatever reason they'll come back contractual reasons, but it is likely or not likely but possible that it gets delayed because these
canceled.
Animators maybe not canceled, just
they're probably gonna find other animators
or just shit episodes from now on.
Shit episodes.
No, but if it gets delayed, right? Because it doesn't have to end by a certain time.
They already paid for their like TV slots and shit.
No,
right?
so no. What I'm saying is like, you know how like let's say it runs till January, right?
Yeah.
If they delay it, it now is going further than January.
So they would have to cut their time slot and like try to pick up a new one.
Yeah, and that's potentially if they can get a new time slot. Because they could just
not
get one and just get fucked.
But the reason why I don't think Mappa's going to do that is because it costs too much money.
Yeah.
They're going to lose sponsorships because, there's people that buy into these animes and whatnot, right? Mm-hmm. So they could potentially lose sponsorships and like it's just going to make them look bad in terms of track record. So they're probably not going to do it. They're probably just going to make these animators
but why was
crank them out
why was their schedule so bad?
I don't know.
I don't understand. No. Like, it's not like
I feel like they had like, plenty time to
the past 2 years. Like, it's not like they had so many projects that they could.
They did. Vinland Saga.
One
Saga,
Chainsaw
Hell's Paradise.
But those are 12 episodes each.
No, but then they picked up like those random like isekai animes.
That like there was the one.
There's just a bunch of isekais.
I know one for sure. There was one that was like I got reincarnated.
Well, Hell's Paradise,
Amazon shopping list or some shit.
Then there was like Phantom something.
JJK
Phantom,
something like that.
Oh, a Death Play.
No.
Chainsaw Man and
they did a sports anime.
But Chainsaw Man and Hell's Paradise, that was beginning other than January when it started, right?
Yeah.
And then JJK started in July.
Vinland Saga 2.
Vinland Saga was when? This January, year. Right?
Early, well, it was like.
That's what I mean. Like, I feel like there was a gap between when the winter anime ended and when the summer anime started.
Yeah.
Why weren't they working on it in that gap? Because
Well,
I think they had a 1 month or at least 1 month.
Maybe
but
they
2
got
months.
time off.
They had a 1 month.
They had time off and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's 2 months though that they could have at least gotten.
But we don't know
Pre-production
we
done.
don't know what
No,
other
but
stuff they're working on.
realistically, they should have started pre-production like essentially as season 1 ended.
But
Yeah,
what if other
100%.
studios were outsourcing to Mappa?
Bro, no, because
No, it's
listen, yo,
true.
at the beginning of when were they? Remember they were showing like the art, like the character designs,
Yeah.
like this like character sheets and stuff.
Yeah,
way
yeah.
like this was like a year ago.
Yeah, last year.
A full year ago, they were showing like the new style
Yeah, I guess so.
that they were going into for
Was
season
it a
2.
year? It was at least within a year.
Yeah.
But it was so
I feel like it was
early.
like December.
But it was early enough that like you
Mm.
felt like that's probably when they would have started their pre-production.
No,
stuff.
I feel like that's when
Yeah.
pre-production's kind of done.
Yeah.
Like, so
Well-
they're ready to release shit.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would have been at least like after chapter 0 or around chapter 0.
It was after.
It was way
Yeah,
after.
It was way after.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like the visuals were
Because
going
I think
based off of that.
between season 1 and the movie was just 1 year.
Yeah,
So,
like a full year. A full
yeah,
year, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So getting into the actual episodes.
Yo, we're talking about the Toji one first.
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Told you first.
Yo, the ghosting there kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
like it's not like
They
the
did
worst,
it.
but like
Yeah. I mean.
it is what it is. Like I mean, I'm still down to buy this on Blu-ray
Yeah.
and like have it without all the ghosting. But
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they did Toji justice, man.
They did.
Yeah. No, it was fire.
Even the way he like when he's fighting Megami
Yeah.
and you can really see Megami's like fighting for his life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Toji's not just
Yeah, this man was one hand.
Literally, bro. That scene. Yeah, that's not in the manga, right?
He's making out fucking
The
rabbits.
where
bro.
he like that scene where he stomps the ground and all the rocks come flying up.
Yeah.
And he's moving so fast, he's like pushing all of them on
I-
some flash
no.
time shit.
No, they
That doesn't
never-
happen in the
no,
manga,
no.
right?
I don't think so.
But that was clean. That was clean as fuck.
That's just crazy.
After that, people were putting his speed feats like just
Yeah,
beyond.
that
They're
shit
like, yo,
was
the guy's
insane,
too
man.
crazy.
But
He
then,
is though.
and also like it makes sense from the episode before, I think, when he sends Megami out the glass window.
Yeah, yeah,
Because at that point Megami was stronger than all the other people.
Yeah.
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And that's why he like focused in on Megami. Because I
Mhm.
thought it was like, I was like, why did you go after Megami particularly?
It was like domain expansion.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Maki has no cursed energy, so he could just.
No, I know, but like, but that means like
Slapper.
but what that means is that Nanami and her uncle
Yeah.
dropped to a level below where Megami was at
Yeah.
for him to focus on Megami as the next target.
Or,
So when Jogo
yeah.
was like kind of
Well,
like
like, we-
blitzing them, they were like
well,
they weren't really
Nanami
that strong
and
then, right?
Nanami and the uncle also did not show if they had domains or not.
Yeah.
They haven't, no.
So they both assumingly didn't have domains.
But that
where
doesn't
he
mean
saw
that,
this
that doesn't
guy.
mean that they're not strong though.
Yeah, but a domain is like a one hit, like
Yeah, it's
I
like
guess.
it's
theoretical
also like
sure
the
hit.
pinnacle of like
yeah.
sorcery,
So then
right?
you'd attack somebody that has a potential domain.
Yeah.
Plus like the uncle, he had like his arm was gone, like he's
yeah.
tapped
Yeah.
out.
He's old.
Nanami's
Yeah.
tapped out.
But what I mean is like just like the Jogo feat of him just like blitzing everyone. It's like
yeah.
But yeah,
It's
then
understandable
speaking of Jogo,
when you're thinking about them being strong,
Jogo versus Sukuna,
insane.
fucking went hard.
Insane. dude.
Holy
Yo,
fuck!
my favorite part about that was
It looked like the manga.
yeah.
Yeah, it,
That's why
it looked like the manga. Yeah,
because like the whole time we haven't been getting like the manga adapted.
yeah, yeah.
Like true to art, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like seeing that for like the first time, actually, like when he's in that little heaven area,
Yeah.
yeah,
and you see him like literally directly like exactly like how it is in the manga.
yeah.
Mhm.
And
Holy
he's talking to him. And he's like, "Yo, you were
fuck.
strong and shit."
Yeah.
But yo, no, my
That
favorite.
shit, that
my
shit hit. Like now I'm like, and I'm curious because like I liked having the two different ways
Mhm.
of having JJK be like so like rough and like raw in the manga, and then having it nice, clean, and polished and like beautiful in the anime.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh, okay, now like if they had stuck to like just the manga art like that,
It would've hit.
That
It
would
would've
have,
hit.
yeah. That
No,
would have been
there's
some
like
shit.
the scene where, like, I don't know what the fuck's going. Like, so much shit's going on, right?
Yeah.
But where like Sukuna's like standing like this.
Yeah, he floats up.
That floats up like the cross poles.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
I was like, man,
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
shit fucking hit.
Like with like the dismantle shit,
yeah,
and he's
that
like
was
he's in the
clean
middle.
as
yeah,
fuck, man.
yeah, yeah. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
No, they're- props to the animators for
Yeah.
doing what they're doing, especially under the time constraints.
No,
that they're
100%,
on,
100%. That fight was done so well, and like,
It
yo,
was.
again, like
I think like Sukuna's definitely one of my favorite characters now.
now,
Now.
Yeah.
just because of this anime.
Well, and no, and the way like the chapters have been going,
okay,
Oh,
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
like all
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff. Like
Yes,
it's just
yes.
like before this, it was like okay, like Sukuna's hype, but we don't know enough about like his character and his personality,
Mhm.
and a lot of that's been showing through now. And
That's true.
Now, like it's
Especially
actually,
like
he's up
this
there.
next episode, like yesterday's episode.
Yeah.
Fucking Maharoga versus Sukuna.
Mhm.
They changed so much though.
Yeah.
Like
Makura.
adapting, huh?
Makura.
That's how you say it in
Makura.
Japanese.
Probably.
No, actually.
Yeah.
And it's
I was gonna say like it's more like we've been saying
Malevolent Kitchen.
Maharoga, but it's Mahoraga.
No, but then
Like,
when you
I was
say in
looking at it, I was
Japanese,
like,
it's
it's
like Mahakora or whatever.
Makura.
It's like
And-
when you actually read like the kanji or whatever
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is, it's read that way.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So like
I'm
that's where that
assuming like
change comes from.
Malevolent Kitchen.
Well, I don't know
they
what
said
the
Malevolent Kitchen.
In the Crunchyroll version of the episode, the
The subtitles. No, I'm talking about the VAs.
No, not the
fuck.
VA.
I don't know about the VA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't
They're
speak
like, Yo,
Japanese.
let him cook. No, but yeah,
No, because the VAs that you would assume know how to say it right.
no, of course.
So like that's
of
why
course.
that's why we just
But
we
the VAs had said Maharoga.
no that's what I'm saying Makura because
No.
that's how it came
Oh,
out.
really?
Yeah, that's how they were
I'm
saying
tripping,
it.
I'm tripping.
Yeah, because like we know Crunchyroll subtitles aren't always proper because like
Yeah.
they were doing that. There was another anime. Was it Chainsaw Man? Where they
Yeah.
the subtitles were different and then they
Yeah,
had to
it
go
was
back and
Chainsaw Man.
change it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's
Yo,
okay.
Malevolent Kitchen was crazy.
That was wild.
that was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
That's hilarious. How do you get Shrine to Kitchen?
Hold
man?
on.
but
Yo,
it makes sense.
it does make sense. No, but like the way
I mean, dicing everyone up.
Yeah.
Maharoga was like being cut and the way it was being animated was so
Yo,
fucking
and,
sick.
and the way they showed because like Sukuna realizing that Maharoga like adapted and that
Yeah.
he can see his cuts now.
yeah,
And then from that point forward, all of his dismantles or whatever that
are
he's doing,
visible.
you can but it looks like it's almost like interdimensional because they're showing it in like a black and white.
Yeah, you can see like
flash,
the black
and you can see
little
like
thing.
where it's
yeah,
headed.
so you kind of see it.
I thought that was really sick. Because the whole time before that, you could not see it
Yeah.
at all.
No, like,
so that was
even-
awesome.
Even when he did his Malevolent Shrine, like the way the artistic style of how they chose to show it
Yeah.
in the red
Mhm.
with like Maharoga, I was like, bro,
Mhm.
that was done so beautifully. I fucking
Yeah.
loved that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the way he was being slashed, all murked and shit.
Yo, the way I don't know. I think when I read Shibuya, when he beat Maharoga, there wasn't like a clear indication of how strong Maharoga was.
No. In the manga, it was just like
it was.
it was like
It felt
was
a lot
off screen.
quicker.
It was off
felt
screen.
a lot quicker, right?
No, because the entire scene of him getting
Well, yeah,
Thrown
him
into
getting
the-
sliced was pretty much off screen in the manga.
A lot of it was
No, 'cause
like,
yo-
this whole fight was like a fucking the whole
all thing off
episode
screen was
right?
off screen. Yeah,
Holy shit!
because the way Maharoga, bro, the way he grabs the fucking subway, like the
yeah, it chucks it.
train, like nunchucks, like he
Yeah.
grows fucking decks.
Yeah.
Sukuna, that never happens in the manga.
Yeah,
No, it
so
doesn't.
many
Yeah.
things like we don't really get to see what Maharoga was truly like.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Even
Because
the
like
way,
even the people that he fought
Yeah.
before Sukuna, like
Yeah.
not really strong, right?
No,
Like,
even the way
there's
that's
no,
like Megami summoned him too.
Yeah.
Like everything's like slowly turning black.
yeah,
That was fucking sick.
yeah,
That was such a nice touch. But that didn't
also-
happen in the manga. I don't think.
probably just me, but like I didn't even realize that Megami like technically died there.
Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't
yeah, in the
realize that.
manga, I didn't realize that either.
Yeah, I didn't think he died in that moment. I
Yeah.
thought it was.
and like Sukuna gave him.
I
a
thought he
little,
just, like,
reverse
passed
curse.
out.
Yeah, I
technique or
thought he
some
passed
shit.
out too, but like Sukuna clearly indicates that he would have
He's
died
dead.
if the ritual was over, which is why he saves the dude.
Yeah,
Which would make sense
And
because
I-
I were we
and it's-
wondering
and it-
after in
and
the
it's
manga like, why he saved him?
it speaks more.
Save Megumi.
No, he saved.
The other guy.
the
but
hand.
it speaks
yeah,
more into like what does Sukuna have planned for Megumi?
Yeah, his interests, his vested
Yeah,
interests in
right?
Megami, yeah.
Because
Like, why is he saving him?
Because he
Yeah.
particularly
Yeah.
went out of his way to actually
And
save him
and
from
also
dying,
the
which
fact,
is totally different from
yeah,
him fighting Maharoga just to like because he's like a tough
yeah,
opponent.
yeah, that's true.
Totally different.
And also the fact that like Megami recalls that a 6 eyes user with Limitless fought
Yeah.
a 10 shadows,
Mhm.
Yeah.
kind of saying that 10 shadows is on par with
Yeah,
like Limitless
yeah.
and 6 eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that's so much shit going there. That fucking these last 2 episodes were just like.
No, but even
Remember I
yo,
was saying I was like just wait till we get to like the meat of it and like the
bro,
animation.
he hit the Malevolent Shrine, cut everything like basically burns. Then he uses open and
Yeah.
fucking blows that shit
yeah.
up. And the thing is, you see the damage, and then you just zooms out to show Tokyo, and you're like, where? Where's the damage?
Yo.
Because Tokyo's so massive
Yeah.
in a section of Shibuya that they
Yeah.
fucked up. I was like, yo, what the hell?
I didn't see any difference.
Yeah,
in the
I didn't see
landscape.
any difference, bro.
I know that's funny too.
I was like, what the
But yo,
fuck?
I thought maybe it was because the animators didn't get a chance to really go through it.
Yeah.
But there was after he does his open,
Yeah.
you see Yuji,
Yeah, you do.
and it's not Sukuna. It's literally just Yuji. There's no scars or anything like that.
To show him,
it shows him like briefly, but then like right after it shows Sukuna again.
Yeah.
And he's walking, and like he's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" to that
Yeah.
guy.
It was Yuji.
But that's the thing. Like, it was just clear cut Yuji. It wasn't like, because you know how the episode went later.
Yeah.
How he's slowly losing control.
Yeah.
And then you see him fading.
Yeah.
That like it just felt out of place with him. Just right away just showing Yuji all of a sudden.
I thought it was the immediate shock of what had transpired was and that's why I showed Yuji, and then Sukuna like comes back in.
Well, because the end of the episode, he
does it again.
He purposely
shows him.
Yeah. He's like, yo, take it all in.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I thought that was for. So that's like, I think that was just like the animators just not getting that chance to fix those.
I don't know. I think it was done on purpose. I thought it was done on purpose.
Because then it just seems redundant to what had showed later. Yeah.
Because one is like,
that's the way I saw it.
Because like one was like, yo, like he saw it, he's shocked, and then he took the body, did whatever the fuck, and then now
he can't take the body though, because that was a restriction that Sukuna put, like, yo, you're gonna give me.
No, it's the
no.
What do you mean?
It was the fingers. It was just the fingers. Sorry.
Yeah, shoved some fingers deep inside his throat.
That's my bad. No, you're right. No, you're right. He fucking gobbled that shit up.
Yeah,
but what I mean is like showing the progression from like the finger itching and then him realizing, okay, like Yuji's about to take over, versus just having it like Yuji shown and then that. It kind of like, it was like a mixed signal there.
This is a random thought, but like, you know how like if you drink alcohol, right, it like hits you, but if you take it through your ass, it hits you even harder. You think if Yuji had taken the fingers off his ass, he would have gone more.
You're fucked.
I'm going home.
You're fucked.
I'm going home.
Yo, he's not digesting the fingers through his asshole.
I'm going home. I'm going home.
But you take the alcohol.
Yeah, but that's because you're getting it into your bloodstream.
Yeah,
you're trying
absorb
to get
the fucking cursed energy through your bloodstream.
The fact that this is an argument
you're
right now.
Yeah.
What?
Yo, that's how big his hole is after that.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
But how big are the fingers?
They all have like
they're
the
pretty
round
big.
things at the end,
He's got four. He's pretty big.
Yeah, he's a big
4
dude.
arms. Like his fucking fingers are massive. Like they're shoving like 15 or something.
Anyways,
Yo. Like one by one, you know.
Anyways,
well, you don't. Not the way they were doing it. Not the way they were doing it. Like,
yeah, but
you
apparently
don't know, man.
Yuji's voice actor, when he was doing that scene of like Yuji like
he was
crying,
on the
and
ground.
breaking
Yo,
down,
that shit was sick.
He like acted it.
I know,
Yeah.
but he was crying too, wasn't he? They were saying that he was crying.
I saw the video.
Yeah.
I saw the video of him on the ground.
That was so well done.
Yeah.
That was so well done. Like portrayed it so well, and then his face after.
Oh yeah.
I think it's
So
crazy.
good.
Like he didn't even.
So good.
He wasn't even really looking at the animation. Like he was just recording it. Like he looked at this. He just looked at the script and just recorded it.
Face after you take it off the butt.
You guys are fucked, man.
Anyways, Jujutsu Kaisen manga.
It's a drug like any other.
Yeah,
I
cut
guess.
to the manga.
Yeah.
So we get more of Takaba versus Kenjaku,
Yeah.
and it's just jokes. So yeah,
So Takaba's a special grade.
essentially.
I guess. Yeah.
For sure.
The way he's
Yeah.
handling
He
that.
just took a special grade
No, of
curse
course.
out
Yeah.
with the truck.
Yeah.
I
I
guess.
thought they were gonna like make an isekai reference, you know, like the
Yeah,
fucking
yo,
guy,
for
right?
sure.
Hold on,
Yeah.
yo, I like all these different scenes of like almost like movies or like things like playing out,
Yeah.
and they're trying to make it comedic, like a TV show.
Yeah, like
I thought that was really cool.
Like
Like,
the-
Kenjaku's a cop at some point.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
Pokemon reference.
oh yeah, what was it? What was it?
I brought it up. You tell me, what was it?
They're like it's like the Team Rocket thing. It's
Yeah,
the Team
blasting
Rocket.
off
They're
again.
blasting off
He's
again.
like Takaba blasting off again.
Okay,
Yeah.
No, I did.
But then there was
there
a Yu Yu Hakusho reference to
What
the
was the
first
Yu Yu
to the
Hakusho
first episode of Yu Yu Hakusho.
the car, the truck.
The car, yeah.
Are you sure it was that?
Because
Like the truck.
Because he goes to save a cat,
Oh,
and then he gets hit
hits
by
him.
the car,
Yeah.
and like it's
Then he's drowning.
No, but
What?
Kenjaku.
Yeah.
Well,
What do you mean
Kenjaku's
he's
a
drowning?
cat, and
that
then-
happens like after.
No, it happens
It happens like right there,
consecutively. No.
consecutively. Like as soon as he
Oh yeah, no,
then
but
starts
I mean just
drowning,
like the
then-
scene of talk about like running across the street and getting hit by the car,
Yeah.
You can't just say,
and then being laid out on the ground is exactly the same.
are you sure?
Like the pose and everything he's laid down in.
Yeah.
From the editor, can we get a side by side manga panel
Bro,
comparison?
yeah.
Anyways,
Yo, but like it's so funny to me. Kenjiku's like this crazy evil motherfucker that did some like the fucking curse womb,
unspeakable
like
shit.
the motherfucker that did the curse womb shit.
Yeah.
And he's in the fucking ocean playing with Takuba with the water, and then
like,
suddenly just clicks. He's like, "Wait, I'm the bad guy here."
Yeah, no, he's like
drowning him.
He's like,
He's
I've never
waterboarding
but he's
him.
like, yo, I've never had fun like this before, and I'm like, damn, what the fuck?
Yo, I like that
They're
tonal
splashing
shift.
each other.
I love that tonal shift.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, but then at the end we get the potentially domain, and they're both walking up to
But like
mics.
this already here, like the way this transpires.
Yeah,
it's literally like the way the kid's running with like the soccer ball, and then Yusuke's like, oh, like the car is gonna hit him, and then he goes to like save it.
but it could be any.
But then after when it switches to like this shit, obviously is different. Like when he turns into a cat, but like
So like, my question is, like, is everything that we're seeing just materialized through curse energy?
I think so. And the thing is, no, because Kenjaku says he's getting affected, right? He says he's like getting tired and shit while this
and
going
I
on.
don't
And
we don't see it.
Takuba's not getting.
We don't see it affecting him.
Yeah, it's not affecting Taco, but it's affecting Kenjaku.
No. I mean, like we don't see it. Like, how is it affecting Kenjaku? Like he's not getting physically.
But he says
it. But like,
yeah.
do you think it's draining his cursed energy? Like, what is it doing to Kenjaku specifically that's weakening him?
Yo, maybe it's like a thing like it drains both users of their cursed energy and creates whatever's going on. Like, because you guys are both in the scenario.
Maybe,
Do you know what I'm saying?
But the way Takuba's not getting tired, it seems like.
Well, because he's not aware of his cursed energy output.
Of
and
course
he's been
not.
doing
But
this
like
for
whoever
so long.
is it could be like whoever is like the funnier one or whatever.
They're not.
It's giving them the cursed energy back for what they put in,
so they can continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what he was saying. Like
Maybe.
he needs to like get to a point where Takuba's had enough.
Yeah. No, because at the end we see them both walk up to a mic in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
Man, I said
What we were
bro.
saying.
So they just
but they're doing
manifested
but they're
a
singing.
crowd,
Though.
like,
They're singing.
No,
they're definitely
they
telling
could be doing
jokes.
their stand up. No.
No,
singing.
he's like he says that Takuba won't be satisfied until he like the comedic thing or something.
Let me check this again.
Let me check this too.
Yeah, word. Let me check.
Let me
this
triple
too.
check this. Yo, cause at the bottom it says they're getting ready for like a concert or some shit.
That could just be translation.
There's no they say
thing.
get ready for the
it
show.
says the theme music blares on as the stars take
Yo,
the
do
stage.
you read these things?
Yeah,
bro?
he doesn't, bro.
Yo, but the way it said theme music, I thought they were about to start singing here. But no, you're right.
No, yeah.
But yo, the way they
He's like, until his love of comedy is satisfied, this will never end.
yeah, no, I got that.
Yeah.
But I was just saying like, the ending thing, it just made it seem like they're about to sing. That's on me. It's on me, man. You know I just read this.
But yeah, we had said this mad long ago.
Yeah.
We called it as a domain expansion.
Yeah,
We did.
you had heard
We
it here
did.
first.
I like the
Oh, did you
the way
guys
it got to there though.
Did you guys see the theory?
Like
that,
it wasn't just straight up.
the titles are following a song lyric or something?
Are they?
I haven't looked at that.
I haven't
Yeah, the
looked at
titles of
that.
the chapters are following like a song lyric.
Oh
'Cause
shit!
And
they're
like I think
singing-
there's like 2 or 3 more chapters left of
In the lyric.
this thing
Oh,
that would finish that lyric.
Okay, shit. Okay.
I like that. Like, remember I was saying, talk about deserves more than 3 chapters. Like, or
Yeah.
2
He's
chapters?
getting like
I'm
5
getting
or
them,
And
6,
I'm
bro.
happy. This is
Yeah.
good. This is good.
Shit. I mean, it's just kind of funny though, like, cause I was just like I wanted to like confirm some stuff from like previous chapters.
Yeah.
And I had to go back to like the Sukuna versus Gojo fight. So it's like you're watching this like
Intense ass shit that
yeah,
everyone's been waiting
week
for.
to week, and then you come to this and it's just
Yeah.
like this chapter,
Yeah,
just like some
what the
wacky
fuck-
ass
yeah,
shit going
yeah,
on. It's
yeah.
just like so funny, the contrast of
Yeah.
everything.
No, but that's what's great about
It
AJ.
almost-
oh, for sure, yeah.
And,
Yeah.
like his ability to just switch up. Like that's the whole Shibuya switch up to culling game,
Yeah.
switch up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
the writing style completely
it's so
changed,
sick,
yeah.
bro. Almost like I wouldn't be surprised if Gage was 2 people. You know?
I am gonna say though, dude, this is like my least favorite
Theory.
part of
Theory.
JJK overall.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just when I'm looking at everything, like it's not like that it's bad. It's just like
In comparison to how enjoyable everything else was, this
Yeah.
is the least enjoyable.
this is like the least
not that
enjoyable.
it's not enjoyable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
I
maybe
fuck
it's
with-
because
I
it's
fuck
right
with
after
the intensity of
the
the
most
Gojo
craziest shit
yeah.
we've seen.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
feels like it feels like a lull, but it's not. Like
Yeah.
because
It definitely-
because we get to see Kenjaku's
Yeah.
character a
Yeah,
lot too.
we
So it's like
do,
it's
we
not like
do.
it's not even like it's bad. It's just
Mhm.
I don't know how to explain it.
No, I get you. I definitely feel like, especially going back, and you're like, holy fuck, like week to week, this shit was like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's
Yeah.
like this. So like I understand the sense of why it feels like a lull.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I felt it too.
Anything
Still
else?
good chapter though.
Yeah.
Anything else to talk about?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah. That's all we got. Go down there in the comments. Let us know what you guys thought about the chapters, the episodes, and any theories or anything that's going on.
If you agree with us for Attack on Titan, if
Sure.
you opened your
Yeah,
eyes, if we shattered that glass onion,
or if you guys have opposing views, let us know
Yeah.
why and put like good reasons in there. Like let us like maybe
We'll
reply and
debate you
banter
guys
back. Yeah,
in
we'll
the
debate
comments.
you guys
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I hope the Attack on Titan, like if it's actually proper stuff, like we'll look at it.
Yeah,
and we'll
Attack
come
on
back
Titan
and talk about
fandom,
it.
come through.
Yeah,
Debate
for
us.
sure, for sure. Oh fuck. Good.
Shit.
Hit the like button. Go in our description. We got our TikTok and our Twitter, Instagram coming never. Go follow those two though. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notifications. And thank you guys for watching. Peace.